this every week. And
I'll try.
I just say it's my podcast, but really you do all the work.
Did I not say that I should sit in the middle?
So you should.
Yes.
Should we switch? Come, let's place it.
No.
The last bit. Come on.
That is mental. I don't think I want to do that. So I don't.
This is what it's like to be like fucking Aben, Tally and Jen and stuff. Yeah, because
Right. Let's do the cheers.
cheers.
Wait, do we need to
Cheers.
look
Cheers,
at
Sophia.
Oh, fuck off.
long distance. Oh.
Long distance.
Good.
Welcome to the Capsule, everybody. We don't have headphones, so we can't do any sounds or anything. Hi guys, how's it going? Everyone at home. Hi guys, how's it going? Everyone on the couch. Hi. We're not doing headphones today, so we are trusting in Sofia and Kamile's ability to speak into a microphone. Now, many people in the past have tried and failed at such a task, or have started strong, and then by the end they're like,
Oh my God. Yeah. The worst was Sunny.
yeah, Sunny. Well, Sunny was
I
good
just kept
because
thinking, listen.
yeah, every time we like he'd talk and drop it, and then every time we said Mike, he'd like lift it back up.
Yeah. It was
But some
funny.
people is like, no matter how many times you say, speak in the mic, they're like, they just get embarrassed by it. Or like, I put it in front of their face so that it's super comfortable, and then they just like, "Ah." So let's see how you guys do. Hi guys.
Hi.
What were we even talking about? Sophia getting drunk. Sophia
Yeah,
gets
Sophia getting drunk. Can I ask why my microphone is like that and yours is lower? Is that
Do you want it lower?
Because I just like,
just
does
thought
it
it'd
cover my face?
Yeah, I thought it'd be better that people can't see your face.
That would be.
that's
No,
really
not because of what you were thinking. I just mean your looks. No, I'm joking. What do you want? What do you want?
That's fine. Thanks. That's it.
I can put it down if you want.
Okay.
I'm just shorter, so I assomed.
You are.
Just listen. No need to laugh about it. I don't see why
Yeah.
that's funny. Sophia doesn't get drunk. That's where we were at. And then, guys, we've got a whole load of topics, but also we have no topics at the same time. So this could go anywhere. Yeah. How's it? How's everything? What's happening? What's going on in
No,
your life?
so you tell us. So you went to Oslo.
I did go to Oslo. Yes.
Tell us.
So I went to Soul Sessions in Oslo. What is there to say about it? Well, me and Lewis did the showcase competition and didn't even place. So that was fun. And then, but although Tomo won with Fuse, I want to say 596.
Yes.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, I would have said 159.
Dying, 159.
There was some right number
Because
there.
it's 36823 fusing some numbers. Yeah, they won the showcase competition. To be fair, I didn't see their showcase at the time because I think they were just after us or something. And then when they won, they had to do it again. And I was like, okay, that's a very good showcase. So fair enough. But it's like it's like it was like just house the whole way through, but it was very like, it wasn't anything crazy choreographically, I guess, like in terms of staging and all the stuff. It was like pretty easy, simple stuff in a good way. But the level of house was so high that it was like, how are you doing this? And there's three of you doing it at the same time. You know what I mean?
That's
like
impressive,
if it was, if it was a solo, it would be a good level. And usually like when you choreograph something, you, like the level of what you're doing drops a little bit so that everybody can keep up and do it at the same time and whatever. But it was like, yeah, it was really technically good house, and it was choreographed and it moved and it traveled, and so yeah, really nice showcase. There was a lot of UDO type crews.
That's really surprising.
Why?
I've never been to Nordic countries, but from what I've heard, they really care about exactly that, like being very technical, education, history. So I'm quite surprised that UDO was there.
Was it people from there, or was it like international people?
No, it was mostly people from there. There was like, I'm saying UDO, maybe that's the wrong way to say it, but like there was like 3 or 4 crews who were like mostly kids, and it was like kind of very UDO showcasey type of stuff. Like it wasn't not good dance. It was just very like a
We know
big
what
crew
you mean,
that,
yeah.
you know, that thing where everybody goes in this space and then they shout something and then everybody stands. You know that shit? Have you seen that? They're like, "Hoop!" And then everyone like stands up and then they just start dancing. Yeah, one of them did that. There was one crew that was a nice little like choreography showcase pieces, like some acoustic song, and they did a nice showcase on it. And then yeah, there wasn't really any too like stylistic things, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was pretty much just Tomo's group that did the house thing. There's a few solos. Yeah, so that was that. I think it was a nice addition to have a showcase competition. I think it's cool because if they did that in the UK, it would be like loads of entries, but they only had 10 for this one. So it was kind of nice. I think that was like, I don't even think they like turned anyone down. It was like 10 altogether.
Was it judged by the judges?
It was judged by the battle
Judges.
I think. Yeah, a mix of them. I think there was 1 or 2 that were like from, I was going to say Copenhagen, from Oslo. But yeah, it was mostly the people that they brought to judge the battles. So maybe that's also what they liked about Tomo's thing, is because it was like very authentic
Yeah.
style dancing. And then apparently hip hop is huge in Oslo. I didn't realize, or in Nordic countries, I guess.
Yeah.
There was like 100 people that entered hip hop. And I entered for the shits of it, but I have a feeling that's going to be one of my last hip hop battles. I don't really like hip hop. I mean, I didn't even fucking pass prelims.
But is that why you don't like it, or you don't like it?
Nah, I mean, even if I had got through, I still would have been like, I don't really like it. I just don't like the style anymore, I don't think. It's just, yeah.
Maybe it's just your style. Maybe the style itself is fine. It's just your style.
What, that sucks.
Yeah.
No.
You see how she was saying, but you insulted me, and then she got the crossfire. I was like, oh, so you agree?
Sorry.
No, but you know what it is like, I feel like one thing that I love about popping now that I don't like about hip hop, or I feel frustrated with hip hop, is like, I feel like I can actually dance in popping. Like the music, the like everything. You not only can you dance because of the music, but you also get rewarded for dancing in the battles.
That is so strange.
Because you used to do hip hop, I don't know if you feel the same, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like hip hop now is like, a lot of the music is like bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, so first of all, like me dancing to like a funk song in pop-in, I'm like so happy. Because it's like, I've when I first started doing hip hop in 2007, 8-ish, like the sort of top battle tracks were like, I don't know, like Royce the 5'9" or like Mobb Deep and stuff. And it was very like boom bap bouncy hip hop. So you got that like bounce just from the music. Like no one had to force you to do it, because it was like,
Yeah.
of course this is how I would dance to this, right? And it's the same with funk. Like if you listen to that type of track, you have a certain sort of bounce that, you know, you have to learn to fit it into your popping, but it is there naturally in the music and in the, how you would dance like in a club or something.
Yeah.
Not doing a popping round, you know? But I think with hip hop now, it's like, because just the music is weird, and I don't want to go on too much of a tangent about this, but like,
Please don't.
ouch. She says, don't talk on a podcast. Well, all right, let's sit in silence then. No. But I think the evolution of hip hop music was like this, and then the dance just went like to the right. It's like, it was boom bap, and that was like the popular stuff. And then it started to become a bit more like, I guess like trap drill, like that type of, even like Pop Smoke stuff nowadays or whenever. But the dance didn't, like, we didn't keep playing the popular hip hop music in battles. We started playing, like, it would be one thing if it stayed like kind of locking. It was like, all right, we're keeping the 90s era or whatever of hip hop, and we're only ever dancing to boom bap. Fine, because that's where it was cultivated. So fine, we leave it there. But it evolved, but in a really weird offshoot way. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna now call this hip hop, and it's all this electronic like stuff without the, you know, does it make sense what I'm saying?
Because you're talking about the music that we play in the battles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
But the popular culture hip hop music has evolved away from, like, obviously there's still boom bap stuff, but what's in the charts and what's the mainstream stuff, and even what people dance to, like in clubs and stuff, is not really boom bap now. But the dance and the music seem to have split, which I don't find that as much with popping, although I could be wrong.
But probably not.
Because there's still new popping tracks that are made
Yeah.
that have like a sort of funk feeling to them, or even like people like Chromeo or something. They're like pretty recent, but they're making like that type of funk, like electro sounding stuff now. It's just it still is a genre of music.
That is true, but I think hip hop music is just so mainstream because funk is not as mainstream as hip hop ever was or will be probably. So maybe it's a bit more niche, and that's why it stayed in the same lane. Whereas
Popping, you mean?
Yeah,
Music.
like funk
Right.
and whatever, and hip hop. It's right because you either like funk or you like funk because you dance popping or locking, right, or other styles. Okay. With hip hop, is because you might dance and that's why you like it. You might just be a regular person and like it. You might be a rapper and like it. You might be. There are so many.
True.
It's so much more.
Fragment.
Yeah, hip hop. I mean.
But then where does it's like the dance, like we created our own music for it. Like popping music that has been made by beat makers was fashioned after that type of stuff that already existed, no?
I mean, I really don't know, but maybe because I'm trying to think.
It's like hip hop music, battle music is like almost its own genre that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. Because you would not listen. You wouldn't just listen to that song.
No,
you would only play it because you're dancing
most of the time. And I think that's maybe part of my main thing of like. Well, no, I think for me, I fell out of love with the music that was being played, and I fell out of love with the way the dance looks. Like I think there's a lot of hip hop dancers now who I think are sick.
Yeah.
And I think they're amazing. And I would, like, if I had to pay someone to entertain me or be in a theater show or whatever, they would be who I would choose. But I don't want to dance like them. And that's like, now I'm getting that feeling way more from poppers. And I always did, because I always did both. I just never took popping seriously. But it's like, now I'm really leaning into it. When I see pop, even like, I love watching Waleed. Like, I don't know what you think of him, but I think he's sick.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's not like, I don't want to dance like him in the full, I don't want to only dance like him, for example.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of stuff that I like that he doesn't do, like all the tricks and the lines and the waves and all that shit. But even just his footwork and the way he moves on the music, I'm like, this is how I used to feel when I used to watch like Feist do hip hop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like when I used to watch Feist in the beginning do hip hop, or like even people like Paula Rec or some of those people, right? I would watch them do hip hop and I'm like, fuck, I love this song and I love the way you're moving to this song and like with the bounce, and it felt so fucking like good to look at. I'm like, I want to feel how it feels to dance that. And I feel like that now about poppers. Rashad was judging. I feel like that about him. Like there's a few other like North American poppers that I like, Canadian poppers, and it's like the feeling of popping. I look at it and I'm like, oh, I want to feel it, like just not to show off, but just the pure enjoyment of that feeling. Whereas now I look at hip hop and I'm like you guys are amazing, but it doesn't like do anything for me internally.
Yeah.
Maybe you just got like, no, I don't want to say bored, but like you just got over it, because like popping is like, you know, when you have like a something new coming in. Something new coming in your life, and you just like the excitement. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I think it's a combination of things. That's definitely part of it, like getting kind of a bit over it. But it's also like, I think, tell me what you guys think, but I feel like popping is an older style in terms of the people that do it. There's not many old people that do hip hop, but there's old people that do popping. You know, there's like 50-year-olds that do popping.
Yeah.
But and locking and maybe even house. But I feel like hip hop is like only young people that do it to a certain extent. No? Am I talking shit?
I think depending on like UK, I don't really know that well. But when you think about France, there's plenty of OGs and
but
like 45,
like
Meech, Vice.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Ice.
But they used to do it. They don't really battle now.
Yeah, but then do you have to battle to dance? No, you can just dance and still
No,
be
but but the style of it's a battle style, that type of hip hop. No.
What do you mean with that battle style?
It's that like hip hop freestyle as a style is not like a club dance. This is a good debate. Go on.
Actually, not. Well, hip hop is a club dance for sure.
But
if you do a 2-step, you're not doing Fresno in a club. Like it is much more looking bouncy and groovy than anything else.
But that's not the way it's done in battles.
No, not. But
So
it's
say,
still
like the
hip
way.
hop.
Are we talking about? Wait. Are we talking about the cultural definition hip hop or like the style? Like if you go to Summer Dance Forever and you watch all the battles, like I don't think that style that has evolved now is a club dance. It might have originated that way, as like with the bounce and the different social steps that were done in the 80s or 90s. But what's been Light Feet's not really a club dance either. But like that, what people are doing now, I'm like, I don't see any traces left of it being a club dance. Whereas I do with house, I do with popping, I do with whacking, I do with what else is there even? But like even popping, which is a very like
You wouldn't think as a club dance overall.
Yeah, because it's very like tricks and lines and Toyman and all these different things. But I personally still see like elements of, I feel like this did evolve from a club dance. Whereas I personally feel like that's gone from hip hop on a large part. And also maybe I'm biased because the more I'm over hip hop, the more I'm seeing the negative stuff of it.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Because I also think it depends on, because when you refer to summer dance, which dances do you refer to say that does not look like the club hip hop?
Or which dances would you refer to say it does? That's more my thing, is like who even...
Because when you say club, do we just mean the environment, or do you mean the social, like the social dance in the club? Or is it... Because they used to battle in clubs as well.
Okay,
and
sure.
actually one of the... I didn't finish the full interview, but Henry Link...
Yeah.
They did an interview after the summer dance hip hop battles this year, and he was actually saying that there was one battle that was the essence of what club hip hop battles used to be. So are you referring to the social dance? Because now the social dance is the TikTok dances, or are you referring to just... Because they used to battle in clubs, and they probably did all the things that Gonzi does. And Gonzi does everything.
I mean, Gonzi is very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good question. I feel like it's, maybe the more social dancing element of like, the way I always thought about it and the way I was always kind of fucking had it drilled into my head by everyone is like, it's the dance that you could do the steps like without being in the middle of a cypher. Like if we were just standing having a chat with a drink, like, and we're dancing, it's like the steps that you might do in popping of like even like a walkout. It's like you could kind of do that and it'd be like you're just like dancing to the song while we're having a chat.
Yeah.
If you just start doing waves, it's like, all right, what are you
That's
doing?
a bit off. Yeah.
So no, I find that was the same with hip hop, where it's like there's a lot of these like dances that were like, when I say club dances, the social, like you're in a club dancing with people, which is, and this is kind of another tangent that we don't need to necessarily get into now, but I also feel like, especially with hip hop, all the things that were like drilled into people, like this is how it's supposed to be, this is where it came from, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's not being propagated. Is that the right word? It's like, this has to have a bounce. This has to have a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he won. And it's like, wait. Weren't you the guy telling me in your workshop,
True,
you have to have a bounce? Why are you voting for this guy?
Yeah.
Who clearly doesn't, you know what I mean? And then it's some bullshit. So I think it's a bit of hypocrisy mixed into that specific style in certain places. That is like admittedly, a lot of people are amazing dancers, but it's like, but all the shit I've grown up with you drilling into my head that this is supposed to be hip hop, and I'm talking worldwide, not my specific teachers, but like, this is supposed to be hip hop, and then now we're all saying this person's good, and I'm like, okay, well, at some point this stopped making sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I think I'm following. Yeah.
Whereas like
I've seen it.
Yeah, and in popping it feels a bit, and again, maybe because I haven't been focusing on popping my whole life, now I'm like coming into it with like
fresh eyes.
And I'm like, oh, everything's great in popping, where it's probably some bullshit too. But like now where it's like, oh, people are like, all right, you have to keep time with your hits, you have to like dance a little bit, you have to use your body, you have to blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then I'm seeing people vote in battles and I'm like, okay, cool. And then people are saying, oh, these are the best poppers in the world, and I'm like, give or take a couple, like this all kind of makes sense to what everyone's always explained popping to me as, or they've always said these are the styles that made up popping. You have like the strutting and the this and the boogaloo and the blah blah blah. And when I see the top level people, I'm like, oh, I can see it. I can see MT pop using strutting. I can see fucking these guys using bopping. I can, like, the more stuff I understand, the more I'm like, oh, I see it, and I see why they're regarded as good. The more I understand with hip hop, the more I fucking understand, the more I'm confused. I'm like, because I thought this was all the shit that's supposed to be good, and then that person does none of it. That person's a fucking crumper that doesn't dance.
Right, you say that, and I agree. But with popping, there was an era, like a Facebook era, where EB versus
Slick
it was and that was a whole thing, and that would and I think still to this day I would hear comments that, oh, like I'm more into animation and the rest of people are not, and that's why they fall out. Or they disagree, even though both are under the umbrella of what popping is.
Sure.
So I see it's quite similar in popping as well. Maybe we got over it.
I think I'm also more, the thing that I'm disillusioned by is more the general culture of the style. I think in every style, and I mean, this is the whole thing about the judging system and all that everyone's going on about, is like, we do need to kind of come to some agreement about how we judge the shit. Because it's like, you could say, oh, I only do animation and blah, blah, but then it's like, okay, you might be the best level animator in the world, but does a good battle popper or battle dancer need to have a little bit of everything? Do they need to be really good in one thing? Do they need to, you know what I mean? Like, how are we evaluating who's better than who? So I think that's one conversation where it's like, right, we do need to come to some type of agreement about what the criteria is to judge these things. Is it that they weigh up in different ways? Is one style under the popping umbrella worth more than the other ones because it came earlier? Or how do we do this? But I think the other side of that is not the technical judging thing, but is more just the general culture of like who people think is good, and the popularity side of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Of just like when you walk around, when you're ciphering like who people are like, oh yeah, he's sick or he's not sick, which is always going to be opinion based. But I just think like and maybe it's also where I am UK wise, but I'm just talking hip hop wise. I don't know. I don't feel like connected to what's popular.
I think like also with what you're saying about the music, like the way it evolved, it's very like, I mean, it's very personal, but like I feel like it's very show-offy, and like the whole point is just to like hit like
beats and stuff,
and like all this thing about like the groove and stuff is just like, it's not here, and everyone's saying it should be here, but no one does it because they don't think it's cool.
Well, I think also, I mean, I think this is an interesting point, but I feel like tell me again if you guys agree, I think the bounce and the rock is less prevalent in hip hop because of the music that we dance to. It's like if the DJ just played more stuff that...
Yeah, for sure.
You mean now?
Now.
That's
for sure.
Because it's like it fucking annoys me when people like get annoyed or give speeches and they're like, yeah, hip hop dancers these days don't know how to dance. They don't know how to bounce and rock. It's like, turn around and look at the DJ. Like, and no offense to hip hop DJs, but yes, offense to the ones that don't play. Like, because when I first started dancing, like New Jack Swing music was like,
oh my God, that's all we trained to.
That was like when did you start doing hip hop?
2012, 11.
Right, so it was like up until a certain point that it was like, that was New Jack Swing to hip hop was like what funk was to popping. And then you had the battle beats in popping, let's say, but you have the both. Like you had to be able to dance to like, I'm trying to think of a good example of a song, but like you had to be able to dance to the old school funky shit, and then you can get a shashu track in the other round. And then in hip hop, it used to be you have to be able to dance to like an old school like TLC or something like that, and then you can get a battle track. And I think if that was still the case where you had this balance, the style would look completely different.
I agree, but then also why do we put so much can't think of a word. Why then?
Emphasis, responsibility.
Yes, emphasis. Why do we put so much emphasis on battles? Because you do a lot of work before you battle.
Yeah.
So is it the music that they play in class? Is it music that you train to?
Well, I think with those styles, it's like the only real application of them is battles.
Disagree.
Go on.
Because
I
dance.
thought you might, but go on.
Okay, what do you mean by real application?
Like,
That
where
you can
are
get
you
out
doing?
of it.
Where are you doing popping that like? Where are you doing popping that it's the main point? Like, what am I trying to say? Like, okay, well, where else would you apply the style of popping or hip hop or whatever?
Well,
Because you don't need it to dance in a club.
No, not at all. But a club is a very different circumstance. In a battle, you're judged on a style. So of course you can't just like walk into the room. As I said previously, you can't just like walk and do a contemporary and think that this is popping. Not a chance. But you still train, you still cipher, you still dance on your own. You still do performances that are stylistic, that are very animation based or whatever, any other style. So you have a different applications where you can, and you can dance that style.
Yeah, but in the same way that like, it's like the only place where there's rules and the only place where you're judged on your knowledge of the style and your how much stuff you can do within the style is in a battle. In a club, you don't need it because you can just dance however you want. In a performance, you can do the stuff that looks cool, but no one in any performance gives a shit if you do like, the right type of strutting or this or that. Is like, it's just, does the performance look cool? It's more about choreographically. And if you choose to stylize it, fine. But I can't think of it besides like a performance at a battle or in a, you know what I mean? Like nobody's judging you on your technique really in a battle, because if it looks good, it kind of doesn't matter because there's no rule. Like, you know, it's like all the choreography now that is basically just fucking Afro. Yeah. But it's like, but it's my choreography. It's like, okay, it's just Afro that we're not trying to see if you're doing right or wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same. It's like, all right, if you do a showcase, you do choreography, you do it in class. It's like, there's no rules technically. So kind of you can do it wrong or you can stylize it however you want. But in a battle is the only place where we're going, can you do the style properly? How we all define it as properly, I guess. Yeah, but that's only because that's the place where you get judged. Yeah. And you get further by getting judged. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like the only like real application of the core of a style. But I don't think you're phrasing it right then. Probably not. Because if you care about the style, then you will train that style. You will be, even if you dance on your own and no one's judging, even though, yes, you've got more freedom to do whatever you want, but if you're training that style, and even if it's not for battles, but you just love the style, you love the music, you love everything else that people love about each style, you still, that is the application of the style. Even though you're not getting judged. Yeah. Right. So like, you like popping. Okay. Yeah, so you like popping. I do. Do you only dance popping because you love battles? No. Then that's your answer. Because I love the music. There you go. So then that's your answer. I try to do it properly because I love battles. Incorrect. Really? Yeah. Like, so you love music, but you don't like the style. So if there were no battles, you would just dance to funk just because. And you would just dance. Yeah, and I would probably hit, and that's probably about it. I would probably just move around and hit and do some waves. The only reason I try to get good footwork and try to understand like why this move should connect to this move, and why like strutting there's a certain type of footwork, why boogaloo there's a certain type of movement, the way you should, like when you do a walkout or an old man, where your body and your shoulders should go. Only reason I give a shit about that stuff is for battles. You're just superficial. That's no, because it's like, who cares? Like if I'm in a club, indeed, if I'm in a club dancing, like I used to get annoyed about this when I first started hip hop, right? Because they were like, oh, the whole thing is like, it's about social dancing, right? And I'm like, okay, so why does that mean I need to learn your social dances? Why can't I just learn anything I see in a club? Like if I just see someone make up a little move, shouldn't that count as hip hop foundation? Because it's all about just social dances.
But then you bounce off the foundations that are foundations, whether that's technique or vocabulary. So of
Right.
course you could do whatever. You could dance popping, and that could be the social dance if that's all you do in the club with other people. Of course. And I mean, jams, they're social.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
but it's not hip hop just because someone in the club did it. It's hip hop because it's got foundation, so it's got bounce, rock, and groove.
Yeah, but so does it. So does it. I mean, this is a different conversation, but yeah.
Because then if anything is anything, a ballet dancer could come to a club,
Yeah.
and just because she's in the club,
Yeah.
spinning,
Yeah.
that makes it hip hop. Not a chance. Because that's not the foundation, even though she's in the environment where you think the social dance.
But it's kind of like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it still make a sound? It's like, if no one's there to judge whether it is or isn't hip hop, then is it hip hop? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not a battle, there's no boundaries. It's just everyone's in a club dancing. So culturally, it is hip hop if a ballet dancer goes in there and spins.
I don't think so.
Because this is the hip hop culture. This is everyone's, the DJ and the graffiti and all the whatever. It's like we're all in the same fucking place doing this thing. So the only time when we decide if something is or isn't hip hop with strict boundaries is in a battle.
I don't think so.
So what counts or doesn't count as rapping? Like, is a spoken word a rapper? Unless you're in a rap battle, that's the only time they were going to judge you on rap. Otherwise, what I'm doing right now is rapping. And I said it is, and who's going to say it's not?
Me, because it's not. Because you base it, I don't know much about rapping to like talk very confidently about it. But in terms of dance, you've got, because then that's, okay, I'll ask you a different question. So then we all speak different languages. Mm-hmm. So now if I just made up a language and said it's French, it's clearly not French. But I would claim now to her saying, no, but that you know your French, but I know my French.
Okay. Is the term on fleek, is that English?
I had no idea. I mean, it sounds English. Yeah.
Okay, or I'm trying to think of a better one, like
well, like pardon me.
Like no, like slang, like
slang.
Like lit or something like that. Like these thing, or maybe lit was a word, obviously, but on fleek is the only one I thought. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? But it's like these terms weren't words, but someone in England decided to just say them, and it means a thing.
Yeah.
And then if you keep saying it enough, it's now in the fucking dictionary.
Yeah, but it's in English dictionary. It's English.
Yeah, but you said if I just started making up a language and call it French, it's like, well, if you go to France and enough people say it, it is French. You know what I mean?
Yes, but it would be based off what French language is. It would not sound Lithuanian, not a chance. And it would not. How many times have I said chance? Drink. I just keep saying, I was like, not a chance, not a chance. Because it would be based off what French is.
But even if it was, there's some slang that it's not like.
Yeah, of course, but then it's influenced.
I mean, how much fucking, if you go to Montreal or whatever, how much of the slang in Quebec French is Haitian slang? Although maybe they have French in their language, so maybe that's a bad example. But yeah, I don't know.
I think I win. I think, honestly.
What do you think?
I'm getting confused, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just saying, like, just about the language thing.
Yeah.
Like in French, I mean, and in English, so you use it like a lot. We were literally saying that. Like, you use a lot of words that are from, like,
from
they're
France.
French,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Like, pardon me. People would say it all the time, but it's
yeah.
So then,
So I'm just like,
isn't that like, you're saying, if a ballet dancer went to a club and just started spinning or doing something, it doesn't count as hip hop, right? But if they did it in the, like, let's say, and they did it in 1990 in New York and enough people like copied it, then now we would be like learning it as foundation.
Yeah, but we're not. Like, yeah, of course.
But the amount of things that are foundation of hip hop that aren't from hip hop.
Like?
That's a good point. You must admit.
no, like,
like?
Okay, well, a lot of the social dances are stuff that people copy. Like there was like some that they like watched like a Bugs Bunny did, or
Yeah.
a cartoon character, and it's like, oh, so if Bugs Bunny just does a little funny dance on TV, it doesn't make it hip hop. Well, if somebody sees it and takes it to the club and starts doing it, then it is. Like, nothing defines hip hop until we go into a battle. And that's what I think, this is what I think people don't like about battles, because the essence of hip hop culture is kind of that everything's welcome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Until you get to battles. And then they say, you're not hip hop, you are hip hop, blah, blah. And this is what I think a lot of like hip hop purists don't like, because they're used to like that. A ballet dancer comes in the club and starts spinning and everyone goes, oh, cool, you're welcome. Like, come in, join. But then we go to a battle and it's like, no, you're wrong. You're not valid here.
Yeah, but like you're still welcome. Please come. Like, of course you're welcome because it's dance and you're enjoying yourself. But you would not say it's hip hop. Because it's not. It's got a different foundation. It's got different timing. It's got, because then, okay, so you don't even have to go as far as ballet. You could just pick your street dance styles.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they different then? They are different because of music. They're different because of all the different circumstances of where they like came from, and everything else. But it's because it has different foundation. Popping does not look like locking because it does not have the same foundation.
Yeah, but
Oh,
wait. Everyone relax. You at home, chill the fuck out. I'm coming back, chill. I would argue that all of the, let's call them club street styles, whatever, have the same foundation.
all club styles have the same foundation.
Or maybe, I don't even know what to call it. Like, basically, I would say every style except for Crump and Vogue
have
the same foundation.
Which is?
The bounce and the rock. I think breaking, top rock has the same foundation. House has the same foundation. Pop-in has the same foundation. Lock-in and hip-hop. I think they have all the same foundation. I think they have different vocabulary.
I don't think so.
They all have a bounce. Take away any, because for me, this is the difference, and this is what I would teach, and I think people, when they teach it differently, I don't like it, where it's like, let's say the Running Man is not a foundation, it's a vocabulary move. It might be a very core vocabulary move, but for me, a foundation is when you, like, if I was to strip away a foundation, you should stop moving. So you can take stuff away from the Running Man. You can take the feet away, you can take the thing, but what you'll be left with is a bounce.
Yes.
You can take away a top rock step, but what you'll be left with is this rock movement, and then you build the step on top of that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think all of these styles, if you take them down to their very, very essence, if you put on a house track, is this. It might be up on the beat as opposed to down or whatever. Hip hop is down, is this.
Yeah.
Locking is this. Popping is this. It's the same foundation. We build different vocabularies depending on all the circumstances that we were talking about.
Okay, so I might crush you now because you started the whole topic about not liking hip hop anymore because music has changed, and you think that it also because you see that I'm winning.
No, I see that you might. You're confident enough that you might win.
Okay.
So I'm starting my. I'm not taking this seriously now, so that when I'm not taking it seriously afterwards, it doesn't look like it was just a response to what you crushed me with. But now the good thing is, because I'm being silly, if I have a comeback, it makes my comeback even stronger. So I've got both angles covered. But let's go. That
is awesome. I like that. I like a healthy debate. But you started this.
Yes.
Whole thing, you know by what?
I forgot. What did I say?
Okay, so you said that you don't like hip hop anymore because it has evolved into what hip hop was. Oh, sorry, it has evolved into out of.
Yeah.
It was, so it's not. It used to be hip hop. Now it evolved so much that it's like, is it hip hop?
Yes.
And it's because of music and so on and so on.
Yes.
Right. So, but then you were just saying all the things about, well, if you strip down, is just bounce. Of course, but we all, if we're lucky, we all have 2 arms and 2 legs. What else can you do with your body?
I don't feel crushed, but wait.
Because you interrupted me, I had it coming, and now interrupted me and I lost my thought. But you... It's annoying.
This is how you do it, guys.
That is annoying. That is annoying. But, okay, I can't think. I knew that I had you. That's the thing. I'm like,
had me on the ropes and I came back.
now I want to win.
No, but all right, listen.
It will come.
I think you have a good point, but I think my sympathy. No, but I'm talking about hip hop that I believe that the essence of where the style is, not where it is now. Because I think now, if you strip it down, there isn't a fucking bounce in a lot of dances.
Yeah.
There's a fucking, it's fucking popping with
hip hopping. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's about how much you can balance on one leg and fucking all the waves and tricks you can do and threads and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I think I'm going by what I had drilled into my head. Like, not remember because you weren't there, but there was years when I was trying to be a hip hop dancer when I would get told time and time again that I wasn't doing hip hop and I was a popper trying to do hip hop. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. If I look back at the time when I was told that's not hip hop, and I'm not talking just UK people, I'm talking like people from Elite Force told me this, like,
crushing.
like a lot of, very crushing for an 18-year-old, by the way. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
But if I look back at that time, I was bouncing more than some of the best dancers are now, or like some of the people that are successful. Not that I was a better dancer than them, because I wasn't, but my dance contained more of a bounce. And at that time, in that period of hip hop, that was seen as not enough bounce. And now it's gone way
disregarded,
further.
like it's not even you might not even bounce and win.
Exactly, the whole round. So my issue is more that, like, that's not the style that I was told is the style. Whereas popping, and again, I've kind of been learning about both equally. I just always trained hip hop more, but I know popping for as long as I know hip hop. And the style of popping has evolved. There's more to it. There's more accepted. We're learning more about, like, there's things that are more prevalent and blah, blah, blah. And people are just better. But the style is still what I was told in 2007 was the style. When I first went to UK Champs and I saw all these old, like, Sally Sly and Jadawi and Slim Boogie and blah, blah. And I was like, oh, what is popping? And someone explained it to me. Now in 2022, I look at it and I go, well, this still makes sense. People are just better at it and we know more about it. But it's not now I look at hip hop and I'm like, that's not what fucking all these people were telling me in 2007 is hip hop.
I have a question. Sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah, we're taking up space with the arguments.
It's fine.
You tell us about what you think.
No, I'm just thinking, like, I have a question regarding that. Like, if you have nowadays in a battle someone that comes in and does like a lot of grooves and stuff, but doesn't do like a sick round or whatever, and someone that comes in that does no groove, but it's like sick with like all the tricks, like, who are you gonna vote for?
This is why I don't really judge hip hop anymore. Well, also because people don't ask me to, but
there we go.
No, but like, this is why I have had this debate in my head now. Is like, I don't know how I would judge hip hop nowadays, because it's like, yeah, exactly that. It's like what I think that people should be doing versus what I know is regarded as good now.
Yeah.
So I can judge both. I can judge you on what the culture is now, and I say culture as in literally the current culture of hip hop is we think these type of people are better and they're valued for these certain things. I can judge that and I can tell you all the reasons and I can break it down why they danced better. But if we're talking about the foundations of the style, I don't know, because I'm like, I don't even see them anymore. So I don't know. It's like people throw in 3 Running Man steps and then that's it for their round.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's
like there's not really anyone of the, you know, I mean, like you do have people like Alex Cage and people like that who dance. But,
and so many more. Still so many more.
There is a lot.
So many more.
But in terms of like, it's not a minority that do, because back in like, when we used to talk about like this type of dancer, I feel like this was like Salah and Poppin in like 2007.
That was before my time. But he was like an enigma.
It was like, he's not doing the popping how we're told popping should be done. He's doing all these waves and making people laugh and fun stuff. But then if you kind of look and you're like, right, well, I guess if the point is you're supposed to hit on the two, like, all right, I guess he's on beat and this and so you kind of reason, there's some sort of reasoning, and you're like, well, if we're gonna, let's say, like, if we're gonna count waving under the umbrella of popping, and we're gonna count animation, and we're gonna count the, okay, well then he is doing those things. It's just I'm used to seeing Boogaloo all the time, every time. Whereas, so that was kind of that, but you could still kind of reason it, but like I don't understand the reasoning in hip hop. Does that make sense? For the people,
Yeah.
and it's not just a minority that you have to try and reason. It's like 50% or 70% of the population is like, but I don't understand what I'm looking at. Why is this regarded hip hop? And the thing is, as much as I know people that like not a lot of people talk about this out loud or like say, and they might still go around judging hip hop and judging it on like the bounce or whatever. I've had this conversation with so many hip hop dancers.
I bet.
That are like, we don't know what hip hop is. What is it that is hip hop? And I'm talking good level people that still judge stuff. And it's like, they don't know either. So I'm like, I'm not saying this out of, I'm not saying this in order to argue with you. I'm just saying it now. But like, this is like something that I know I'm not the only one that's confused about, basically.
Of course. And like, well, we had a debate. So obviously that is a thing that everybody's questioning. Because if you were right, we would have just said, yeah.
That's true.
You know, it was. But I think what you've asked, it kind of, the answer is already within the question. Because then, or maybe the responsibility falls on the judges.
Yeah. And the DJs.
And the DJs.
I think DJs have to be held more responsible because they shape the style and the way that people dance, right? And if it's one DJ with a certain style, fine. But if everybody starts playing the same, and I always have a fucking bone to pick with organizers, but this all comes back to because it's the DJs and the judges don't fucking hire themselves.
Yeah.
So it's the organizers, and most of our organizers in the hip hop scene are not dancers and don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why we have problems, because it's like what we really should do, guys, everyone at home, what we should really do is only go to battles where the organizer is someone that we know knows their shit. But we don't. We just go anywhere where there's a fucking category that we can enter. And that's why there's issues in the scene. You're welcome. But I think judges definitely, for you can say like for letting people through that.
Yeah, because was it Light Fest battle, the last one?
Yeah.
And who judged that? The hip hop, was it Malcolm or someone?
Sean, Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Oh, yeah, the hip hop was Malcolm, yeah.
Okay. Where is he from again?
France originally.
France. So I think, because I've heard things, and I could be wrong, but I've heard things that people that normally would not go through, or people that would normally go to finals, didn't.
Okay.
Yes.
And so when I was speaking, when we were talking about it, my first question was, did you find any dominant factor in all the top 16 dancers that went through?
Good question.
Because if it's, let's say, you think that you deserve to go through, rightfully so, if you know what you're doing, maybe. But if all top 16 dancers are the ones that don't normally go through, but they all stick to bounce, rock and groove,
then we know what.
Then that's the answer.
Yeah.
His priority is the very
foundation.
much foundation of that. So that is where the responsibility lays then.
Yes.
Because then depending, because if Le Twins judge, then they judge, their priorities are different.
Yeah.
They might judge the same, they might judge on the same priorities, but the beat killer, the timing, or the musicality will be one.
Well, also as a
it
caveat,
should,
I guess, like, you can't always tell how someone judges based on how they dance. But
also
point
true,
taken.
but you can obviously, like, you can see, like, Battle Bad, it was clearer than anything else.
And I'm not saying that the twins don't judge the way they dance.
Yeah.
But like, I know it's not, I don't actually, I judge more foundationally than I dance, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Because I
it
know
does.
how the style should be done, and I know that I might break certain rules on purpose to just be like, well, this is my style, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when I judge, I'm like, well, I'm not judging based on everyone breaking rules. I'm judging on how I think the style
It's
should be
supposed to
judged.
be. Yeah. But then, well, of course, then we won't know. But then, right, you hired them for a job, and then you see that they're just doing nonsense. You know not to hire them.
Yeah, but I think that's true. I think that the point about the judges being responsible, because what pisses me off as well is, like, I've seen judges complain about, like, the level or whatever in a prelim, and it's like, I've always said this, it's like, if I pay my money to enter a prelim, I can walk in the middle of the fucking floor and I can stand still for a minute. I could just stand there and check my phone. I can do whatever the fuck I want because I paid for this 45 seconds or a minute, right?
Yeah.
Your job as a judge is to choose the best 16 of the people there. If everybody's shit, I don't care, you pick the best 16. If nobody's dancing, it doesn't matter, you pick the best 16. So you can't tell people how they should or shouldn't dance. What you can do is choose the best 16 based on what you value. So it's like, if everybody in the thing you're like, oh, nobody bounces anymore or whatever. Okay, fine. Then when you judge, pick the 16 who do bounce.
Yes.
Don't then judge and then pick the fucking popular dancers so that you get booked for the next job, which happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I think it's the judge's responsibility to practice what they preach and be like, okay, even if these are not, like you said about potentially what Malcolm might have done or in the Light Fest, it's like, even if these are not the popular people and you're going to get backlash, if you fucking believe in what you're saying, judge and pick the people who you think are doing the style properly, or like things are weighted in the right places, like they're doing more foundation than this other person and blah blah blah, you know. But I think also maybe a step before that is the DJs, because if you're not playing music for them to dance to, like, what are they going to do? It's hard to force it, which people have to do in the end, you know?
Oh my God, yeah. And we've all, like, I bet that we've all had these situations where you were just like, I cannot believe that I have to dance to this and try to win. Yeah. There's literally no passion left. Like, I've had that before where I really wanted to win, and the music that was played, I was like, I lost already because the music is so bad. Yeah. And it can be one way or the other. I've had times where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to battle and take someone's head off. And then it's like, and I'm like, well, all right, let's just all get a drink and be friends then, shall we? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then there's other times where it's like, all right, I want to like dance and really show off all the like fucking vocabulary and like knowledge that I've gained and blah, blah. And then it's like, bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like, how? Like, there's no rhythm in the song. How am I supposed to display my day? It's just like, I think sometimes, that's why I was actually full circle back to Oslo. That's why I was actually super happy in Oslo, because the music that they played. Did you see the video of my prelim? Absolutely not. Really not. What an arsehole. She said that like, why would I ever look at your Instagram? That's how she said it. No, I actually didn't. But this song, I'm not going to play all of it because I don't know if it'll get flagged. But like, okay, that's all right. Yeah, like this music. Kev was playing this like that whole round. Mm-hmm. I fucking love that music, and not only do I love it, it's like my favorite music to like dance to and train to. So like. And Jen, every time I say it, Jen's like, what? Like, because it's so not... It's surprising because your style is so not that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's why I was so happy, because I was like, I love dancing to that. And I want, like, this is what I want. I've been working on the type of dance that fits this. Mm-hmm. And I like dancing to it. So I was like, this is a perfect matchup for me of like, you know, and even when I lost to Andre in second round, and I was like... And it's very rare that I feel like this in battles, but it's actually happened more in popping than anything else. But I was like, on this day at this battle against Andre to that song, that's near to the best I could have done. Like, that's why I was happy with losing, because I was like, the only answer to be able to beat Andre is for me to train more. Like, there's stuff I could do and I could develop over the next year to come back and beat him. But given where I'm at now to that, because it was like the song that shows me at my maximum, you know what I mean? It's like the way I've been training. The perfect circumstance for, So when I lose like that, I'm like, I got nothing. Yeah, I literally had nothing. There's nothing. If I went back and did that round 10 times, I could get a little bit better, but there's not really anything I could add to it to make it better. That's just where I'm at now, which is a nice feeling actually. That is very nice. Yeah. Very mature. Well, I'm getting on a bit now, guys. Oh. Have you done any battles? Because actually, I don't even know what style you train or dance. Tell the world. Oh, this is scary. Okay. Wait, do we want another drink? I'm sipping. I'm still good with wine. You can have some wine. Losers. No, I'm joking. Why, you don't want it? No, we can share. Okay. Jeez. No, I just meant. All right. That's right. So what dance? So I train popping. You train popping? Yes. Do you dance popping? Very good question. Yes. What an awkward question. Yeah. I was like, is that a trick question? I was just like, wait. Maybe it's just the semantics, but train popping is like, train. She has a point. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. So yeah. Like, I mainly like, well, right now, like my main focus on popping. Obviously, like with uni, I've done a lot of different stuff that I like, but please don't do that. And I'm very new to battles.
I'm trying to enter now. I've started a little bit in the past month. We talked about like I've done culture crossover once, which was really difficult because it's only on like drill music, and I was just like, I'm lost. Like this is not the music I trained to.
I watched that episode. I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
What else did I do? I entered the prelim at Lightfest.
Popping.
No, I should have.
Oh,
I didn't
tell
because
that
I was
story.
working. I was working. Okay, this is my excuse.
You made her work.
I didn't
during.
Anyway.
No, we're not glossing over this. What do you mean? Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
She was there doing Capsule. No. If you're not going to tell it, I'll tell it. All right. I gave you a chance, and now it's my turn. She was there doing Capsule stuff, and I said to her, make sure you enter popping. We don't need footage during that. Go there and make sure you get to do your battle. And then
no, but literally I arrived like 9 a.m. from like a long journey, okay? And like honestly, it was the same weekend as Red Bull. So I was expecting everyone to be in London, and everyone like arrived in wherever it was. And I was just like, Swindon,
yeah.
And I was just like, I can't do it. Like I literally froze. I was just like, there's too many people, like good people, and I was just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So that was a Saturday, and then I regretted after because I was like, I should have just entered the Stop it. Should have entered the prelim.
The moral of the story is should have listened to Luke. That's the moral of every story, basically.
So I had the great idea to enter the old style on
that
Sunday.
Is a good idea.
No, but
it
ended up being on only light fit music.
Oh yeah, that's where Lucia won. She told me
yeah.
that it was just
So yeah, not great. I mean,
no, but your prelim was fine. And light fit music is like it still has a. Like there's the snares on the
true.
two, so
that
it's not like crump
true.
Music. It's like that's stress.
And like it sounds like really fast, but it's not that fast. Like honestly, it was alright. Like the music wasn't the worst.
Prelim was nice. It was good.
Yeah, it was alright. But yeah, I think I didn't enter anything since then. I'll probably enter next week. There's the Queen's Speech battle only for women, so I'll probably enter that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what about the one in Reading?
The one in Reading. Say that again.
One in Reading. Say that again.
The one in Reading.
There's one in Reading.
Next week. Okay, so we don't know.
I'll find it.
That's your job apparently.
No, that's actually Sofia's job. She does that.
Sorry.
It's updated.
So while he's looking at it,
yes.
How do you, not you?
What?
While you looking at yes. How so you're a beginner in battling.
Yes.
What is the biggest challenge? What is the biggest reward?
You're good at this.
Is it like a personal or
personal?
Okay. So the biggest challenge is everyone staring at me.
Oh,
literally, like it. Honestly, it's so frustrating because right now, like I don't know, like if you listen to that, but like I also do like 100-day challenge. So every day I post around on my Instagram.
Oh,
and the thing is that I train by myself and I train in spaces that I'm comfortable in. So I'm just like, oh my God, this is great. I'm doing great. And then the moment people start watching me, I'm just like, oh my God, like my body just go
flimsy,
like
bimsy.
numb. And I'm just like, what is my brain doing? Like, I don't know. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this. And like, I don't know. It's just,
it's difficult.
Freezing.
I'm with you. And what's the most rewarding?
Just doing it, to be honest. Like, just, like challenging myself to do stuff that I'm not comfortable doing, and like also for people to see me in other ways.
Okay.
Just because like people always see me like at uni or with a camera or whatever, but I'm also a dancer, so like I want people to know that.
How interesting that both of your reward, like the reward of battling and the biggest challenge of battling, is pretty much the same thing.
You're a good podcaster. Why don't you hear more often?
Because he lives so far and I got a full-time job and other things.
Quit.
Yeah.
There's more important things like this podcast. God.
No, I love a podcast. But I think it is very interesting because what you said is pretty much the same thing. But why is it just then that the most rewarding thing is the challenge, the overcoming the challenge?
Yeah, I think maybe also trying like a new thing that I'm not used to. So yeah. Like,
okay.
The same, yeah.
Because I think that regardless of dance, because dance can be life and it might not be, depending on how you want to look at it. But because I thought about it that, you know, when people train, not train, when people try to get better for themselves, they take care of their mental health and they remove themselves from social media and they do less of that thing and do more of that thing, and they really work on themselves. So that's that one person doing all that work, right? And then, but the whole thing that you live in context of others. You're constantly with others. So you might do all the work on your own. So like you want to enter a battle and you can train all you want, but the context will be battle. The context will be how well you do, not in general, but how well you do against that other person. You know?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't get your point.
I'm just waffling. No, I just think it's very interesting that her reward is the overcoming challenge of like people seeing her, is from what I've heard.
You know what bothers me when I say that though? It's like, it's kind of like you almost need like validation from others. Like but, you don't like, you're not happy enough with what you see of yourself.
But it's true.
But I think that's kind of my point. And thank you for saying that, because you saved me, because I was literally, what was I saying? But that is really much, of course, like it would be wonderful to just be, I validate myself and I'm amazing at this. But that is not how you live your life in general. You live in context of others and how others,
of course,
how you interact with others. So of course, I don't disregard the fact that you need to validate yourself, but you also have to be very fair, because sometimes you could just be shit at something and there's no point validating, and you know. But truly, it is tricky. But
I think for me, the key to that balance is it's not about, because it is to do with how other people see you, whatever it is. It could be your looks, it could be the way you dress, it could be your dance, it could be your style, the way you speak. It is about your interaction with the other people and how they see you, but it's not about what, based on their expectations or their needs. It's about how you want to be seen. Does that make sense? Yeah,
I think what's your truth? Because if someone, because it's quite interesting, but because I know funny, but we went viral. Well, we didn't went viral. Brooke went viral on our video, but that meant that the traffic that we got was very much regular people. So like 90 followers posting rocks on the beach, like something random. Rocks. Hello, have you been to a beach or outside? Just rocks.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I mean, like the profile of people that follow us are the people that have 90 followers.
They have 90 followers. I thought you were saying 90 of your followers are posting rocks on your thing. And I'm like, why? What does that have to do with them being regular people? Well, all right, so people that are normal with 90
just
followers,
regular people.
Regular people.
So they're not dancers, basically.
She said, have you been outside?
And we...
You don't know what rocks are? What a loser. Yeah, sorry.
And so within that, because I think we were it was 2 weeks that we were like constantly getting a lot of attraction.
Yes.
But that meant that our videos got seen as well. So mine, Martina, Lucia, Jana, Sean's, so on. And I have them, but I have received crazy comments. First, one doubting whether I'm a man or a female. Right?
That's so random.
The other one is that I'm offbeat. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
whatever. True. Fair. True. But so I think that is how they saw me. Right? Whether they had...
Interesting. Well, you don't know that that's genuinely how they saw it. It could be just people who are trying to be big.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fair,
absolutely. But let's say, because my point is about my truth.
Yes.
The fact that I know I'm a female and I'm comfortable with it, that comment did not bother me. The fact that I actually know I'm on beat, that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it's also like... I think there's two kind of layers. There is the like you're confident in how you feel, and it might be with your popping or with who you are or whatever. But there's also like you do want to be seen favorably by people, but it's like how do I say that? It's like if you're considering how you want people to see you, it should be based on like, I want you to see me how I want you to see me, not how you want to see me. But it is still, the point is about you seeing me. Does that make sense?
Yes. But then also you will like, it's not realistic because people see you through their experience and their circumstance.
To an extent, but it's like, for example, say I wear a certain type of just for the purposes of this example, like I take a lot of like dress sense stuff from skaters because I love like a lot of the brands that they wear and the way they wear their clothes. Now, if I go and hang out with like people that work in the city and like go out in like fancy things, they're going to think I look like shit, right? They're going to be like, you dress horribly, right? Because you don't have tailored Armani suits or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But, which is fine because at least I'm like, but you see me how I've chosen for you to see me, which is with this type of style of dress. You might not like it, but you're seeing me how I want to present myself. Does that make sense? But if I went out and I said, they're going to see me and I'm worried about whether they like my clothes, that's a different thing. I might be worried about, do I represent myself the way I want wherever I go? Because if I stay at home, I don't give a shit about how I look because there's no one there to look at me.
Yeah.
It's only when I leave the house and where there's other people that are going to see me that I start to care about how I dress.
But that's the context of living with other people. Like you live, I
think I was saying all this to agree with you. I don't know why I've started speaking very confrontationally. Yeah. But I think my point was I agree with you. That it's like when it's not about, you have to make the distinction between like, I've got a way that I want to be seen, whether it is as a pop or whether it is as a female, whether it is as a certain type of dress. And it shouldn't be because someone doesn't like it that I change it. Yeah. But it can still be important to me that they see me.
Yes.
Does that kind of make sense?
That does make sense. And to add, not to get offended if that is how I portray myself, but they don't see me that way, please do not get offended.
No, yeah.
Because I think it's a bit of a problem nowadays. People love to get offended. People love to pick a fight. But like your example with the Armani suits is perfect. It doesn't mean that you dress unwell or that they dress better, but through their preferences, you don't dress well.
Exactly.
But that means that's only the niche of them.
And to add on to that, a lot of people can't articulate that part well. Like you might be, and I think it's let's say that. Let's take the very specific example of fashion, right? Because I self-proclaimed care about like fashion and like the different.
That is the most Luke sentence you could.
It is.
No, but like because I'm into it. Like I can look at people wearing something, I can not like it, but I can still comprehend and articulate that I don't like what you're wearing, but you dress very well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people in different, whether it's about dance, whether it's about your identity, whether it's about fashion, whether it's about whatever, they have a different opinion to you, and on top of that, they can't articulate that it's just that. They can't say, your dance must be cool within the context of dance, but me as a regular person doesn't know anything about dance. Yeah. So therefore this looks fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
But what they say is you look fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes it's on us to like do that deciphering for them.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not too dumb, but kind of, it's like you're too dumb to figure out how to articulate this properly. So when you say you look stupid, what I'm thinking is, oh, you don't understand dance and therefore you're seeing this from an outsider perspective, which without all the context, it must look fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally.
Whatever
I agree.
it might be.
Yeah.
It's like I see it when people talk about fashion shows and stuff. And again, like I'm not a super expert in fashion, but a lot of people will be like I think it's Balenciaga thing. They were just walking through the mud or something.
Yeah.
And it's people, it's so many people online like, oh, why the fuck are they doing that? That looks fucking stupid. And it's like, I also don't know why they're doing it, but it must look stupid to you if you have no concept of fashion shows or how creative and in-depth they do get. And it's like, that's like seeing a theater show and being like, oh, why is there water on stage and they're rolling around in the water? It's like, well, yeah, theater shows be like that sometimes, you know, and it's the same with fashion shows and whatever. And dancers do weird shit, and it's like that's internally it makes sense to us, and I assume that's the same with other, like I assume there's within heavy metal, like they probably are like, oh, that's a really fucking good band, that's a really bad band, it all sounds like shit to me, but it doesn't mean that I'm right. Do you know what I mean? Like totally. I'm just like, I'm sure it makes sense to you guys, but I just don't get it, so that's why I'm on the outside.
Yeah. And you don't always have to have an opinion. That's another thing. Exactly. Do not have an opinion. It's fine. It can live without you. without you contributing it can live, and it
or at least your opinion doesn't always, like, you can have an opinion, but understand that your opinion doesn't matter.
yeah, also that, or
Like, you
just
can
don't
look at
have
something
one.
as in passing and go, that looks like shit to me, and then keep walking.
And keep walking. Yeah.
Like, you don't have to let everyone know that
Oh
looks
my
like shit
gosh,
to you.
yeah. But then bringing it back to you. So have you done, and so before battling, have you done any performances in front of a lot of people?
Yeah. I've done some quick theater stuff here, but I've done mainly competitions like HHI, IDO.
So then would you say that the reward and the challenge remains the same because you're in front of the audience? Because your context of dancing is different.
I think it's not the same just because there's the element of being in the team.
Okay.
Like when you're in I think I'm at this level in battles where like I dance just to like prove myself I can do it. I don't do a battle because I think I can win, because I don't think I can win for now. But like for a competition, I would be like, okay, we need to smash it, and actually like just, you know what I mean? Like I'm going there to win, and I'm like, okay, this is my main goal. So like we go there as a team, and like the main point is to like to be clean, to be all together, to do transition correctly, to do like whatever that needs to be done, needs to be done, if that makes sense.
Yes. But do you think it's because of a different competence level? So you're a new beginner in battling, but you're not a beginner in showcasing, and that's why it changes?
Is it?
I didn't.
Probably.
Like it's is it depending on the competence level? So she said that because she cares about different things, but she's a beginner in battling, where you would say that it's the people seeing you.
Yeah.
But then in performance, you said, actually, no, I don't care that much. Because to be honest, probably you've performed in front of more people than you battled.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but you said that actually, I don't care that it's not the same reward and not the same challenge, because you care about different things.
Yeah.
But you said, I'm doing a lot.
No, I'm with you.
But you said in battling that you're only doing it for yourself, but in a way that other people matter more. But is it then the competence level?
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably just because when I'm like by myself in the battle, I'm like exposed that it's just my own skills, and like also like there's a difference between like doing, for me there's a big difference doing choreo and doing like freestyle for me too. So
yeah,
that's also like all this stuff. So yeah, definitely competence. Like,
and you would feel just exposed if you were an expert battler and had never done choreo before, because you'd feel like, oh, everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah,
and I'm the only
true.
One. It's
different
the
environment.
exposed feeling is completely linked to your competence, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to answer any?
Yeah, let's do it. You're killing the podcast hosting game. Why have you not been here
so
before?
Much. But I've tried, honestly, because I made it work. You know that I had plans and I moved things around.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
You didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
No, because I wanted to be here. I was like, I want to be on camera. No, I don't. No. I had a whole, like, I felt anxious, and I really tried not because of the pod. No, it was so we've got AIM video in NikeTown, London.
Yes, talk about that before we get into it.
It's very brief. We are partners with Nike, and we just do a lot of projects.
So Primal Instincts had a bit as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same. Well, not I don't think Primal Instincts, to be clear, it's Stephanie.
No, but there's a whole
okay, but I think it's the main contact is her, and she's part of Primal.
Oh right. So
well, they did the same thing. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's them.
Yeah, it says Primal Instincts crew.
Yeah.
On the thing, on the wall.
Okay, I'm saying this because I spoke to Spin, and he said it was like because Stephanie's the athlete. Yeah.
Got you. Right.
I could be wrong again,
okay.
But
it's on her if she's wrong. Yep.
But yeah, I felt so anxious ever since I found out that we're on the video. Why was I even making this point? Now I don't remember, because you freaking interrupted me. I don't know. Anyways,
helped you, corrected you maybe.
That's true.
You said you felt anxious. You said you wanted to be here, and then you said you felt anxious.
Yeah, I don't know.
What did you feel anxious about? Being on camera?
I made the joke about I just wanted to be on camera.
Yes.
And I was like, I take it back, because
but why anxious?
The worst. Because it's just seeing your face. Again, when I told you that I watched my Red Bull interview, I watched it like this. I was like,
why?
Because I'm so animated.
But that's good.
it must be because I'm like, jazz hands. But it's just seeing yourself. It's again is how people see you.
True. Yeah,
And
you're seeing how everyone, and then you're judging yourself as well.
Yeah, but
to be fair, I'll give you this.
whatever.
I went the first 3 or 4 episodes of the podcast I was shitting myself.
I bet.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I bet.
It was so scary.
Yeah,
And it felt so uncomfortable.
and
then,
you'd done it on by your.
no, as in the first few interviews when I'd never done it before.
Oh, okay.
Like the first 3 or 4, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, not even saying anything controversial, but I was like, oh my God, people are going to be able to record, like rewind it, listen to this in 10 years. And like, I was just like, so like anxious. I was like, I've never had my thoughts and opinions out to the world and have them recorded forever. Like, and now I don't give a fuck, but but it's like
Came far.
it took me like 2.5, 3 years of doing this to feel like this, where I'm like, and it's not that I'm not careful of what I'm saying, because there is stuff that I won't say on the pod that I'll talk to you guys about after, like today, but it's just I'm just not so anxious about. I think I'm also better at filtering, because it comes more naturally now. It's like I'm in pod mode, so I'll say what I'm happy to say on the pod. Even if I rant or let loose, it's still knowing I'm in pod mode.
Within the guidelines.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, anyway, all that to say is like that took a long time of
Yeah.
doing that to get comfortable with doing this and knowing it's going to go out to people.
Well done, you.
Ooh, ooh.
Thanks, guys.
Rocking it.
All right, we have some questions.
Yes.
Let's do
The questions.
I cannot believe that. Obviously, people didn't know that we were on the pod, but I cannot believe that people would care to know what you think.
An asshole.
No, but I'm saying that. You know that I'm a loyal listener.
Yeah, so
I
you
obviously
care what I
yeah.
think. All right,
But
so,
I do things for a joke. You know that.
I know. I have a thick skin.
Good.
Oh my God, someone said to me the other day.
That you stink.
No, they said I've got. I would like. I don't know if I want to say who it was, but
Oh, don't.
they said, oh, I've got a. If people that know me, this will be more funny. But like, they said, oh, I was gonna like they were gonna. I don't even know if this makes sense out of context. They were gonna make a joke. They were gonna make fun of me, and then they were like, oh, I was gonna say something, but I thought it would be too harsh, blah blah. And then it was just basically what they were gonna say was that someone else won more battles than me, and I was like, we have a long way to go before we get to like me being offended. Like that's nowhere near. Anyway, so the first question is, someone who is new to the hip-hop scene, London hip-hop scene, how can I get involved in battles and collaboration events? Tell them, Sofia.
Just go to them. Use the Capsule calendar. Thank you.
Wow.
It's in the link in the bio on the Instagram page.
I feel like Lucia's question is purposely shady, and I'm not sure I want to answer that because there's not really an answer.
She's saying why Luke smells so bad.
I thought you were gonna say it. I was like, she's gone rogue.
No, but
Don't say it.
no, I would have. I do not have. I don't have any
would've,
competence.
but there's we can't answer that.
No, let's
Because
answer.
they
let's,
should.
Let's answer
That's your
about the
answer,
London
Lucia.
thing. People really tried to make these questions, and you were just like, "Yeah,
What?
the London thing. How do you get involved in the hip hop
It's a
scene?"
capsule. That's what we do.
No,
Yeah.
but okay, I
That's
don't
literally the
disagree.
whole point of this.
I don't disagree, but I think they meant
How can I get involved in battles?
because, like,
Follow the
obviously you just go to a battle, but
No,
that's not the answer.
How I'm new to the London hip hop scene, and
Yeah.
how would I get involved in battles? And
But I
events?
think that means like, how do I know where to get involved? Like the fact that you see a battle coming up, of course, then you go. Like it's
Yeah.
not a no brainer.
so. It's where to find the stuff.
No, not really, because then it's
On
the
the Capsule.
calendar. Yeah,
Okay,
it's the
so what-
calendar. I think it means more because again, like we can speak from the perspective of not
Foreigners.
from here. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I think they mean more in like how do you go to a battle and then what? Do you just go to battles?
Okay, go
Do
on.
you just keep going to battles? No, I'm asking. Maybe you know.
What do you mean? Well, what's your answer to that?
I actually don't know.
I feel like you need to get involved or talk to the people that have the same interest as you, because like that's how you're gonna create like links with people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see,
That's true.
So if you go to an event and you see, oh, I like what this person is doing, maybe let's chat and be like, oh, I'm into this, and like, you know, like meet outside something, and then just it will just like expand slowly. Like I know, like when you arrive, it feels like it's like, oh my god, I know no one, I know nothing. Like it's so scary, but it just comes with time, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would also maybe recommend to try and get to know people as people, not just judge them by their dance.
Yes.
Because you might be like, oh, that's the that person dances really cool. I want to hang out with them. And then next thing you know,
Do not hang out with them.
do not hang out with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like some people are great dancers and terrible people. Some people are terrible dancers and great people. So depending on who you want to spend your time with, I mean, maybe train with the great dancers, but doesn't mean you want to spend all your time with them.
Yeah.
And not to say that all great dancers are terrible people.
Of course.
Just
and
Kamile.
take classes. I think it really helps. Like if you go to a class and talk to the teacher, talk to the people, like it really helps. Like we really like ignore it, but talking to a teacher, it's gonna be like, oh, I know that person. They come to my class. Then you're gonna see them on an event, and it's gonna be like, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. And yeah,
That's for the teachers that actually enter battles.
Jeez. No,
There's a
not
few of
even.
them.
Because of course the question is very specific. But
I just said that's for the ones that do.
yeah.
But because I can only agree because I know that people from here, they're actually quite friendly.
Yeah.
They will make the effort. Like moving here made me a better person. The amount of times that I literally sent a schedule of Mondays, Tuesdays, like what's happening with for people that are not from here, because people will make that effort. So definitely
true.
don't be afraid to ask.
And I think Jen said this, but I think it's a good summing up of London. It's like people won't go out of their way to ask you if you need help, but if you ask for help, they'll give you
Yes.
help. Like if you're just standing there, they're not going to be like, hey, are you okay?
Definitely.
They'll just ignore you. But if you go up to anyone and you're like, hey, could you tell me where the next popping class is? They'll be like, okay. So basically, and like,
Yeah,
help you.
for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Also follow the capsule.
Also follow the capsule. Topic of call outs. Are they healthy or toxic for a community?
I think it depends on the circumstance. So so when interesting, not so interesting. I went to Next Urban Legend in Paris.
Yes.
In whatever. And two French dancers were like, they looked at me and they were like, get ready, this is Paris. I was like, what the hell does that mean? But it's just like, they're very competitive there.
Yeah.
So they had 2 call-outs in the battle.
Yeah.
Which is like, how many call-outs do you recall in UK history? Like in the last year?
Yeah,
None.
not loads.
So, not that I would know, but like none in the last year. So I think I didn't see the call-out battles there, but there was one against the judge or against one of the dancers that went through, but they thought that they should.
Yeah.
So depending, I think it's very much driven on your ego.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if people people don't like ego, then they might just think it's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's very circumstantial. This guy, I'm gonna ruin it. Pepito,
Yeah.
the b-boy.
Oh no. Popper.
Fine.
I know
Then
Pepito
yeah,
the Popper.
I made it up. There's
No, I'm not
basically
saying there isn't one. I just don't know who you meant.
okay. There's one b-boy. I want to say he's from USA and he travels and he would do call out battles with just b-boys and it would just be 30-minute long
Yeah.
things, and it's so pleasant to watch because it's like a healthy call out because he wanted to dance against that person, but it's to exchange and be a bit healthy competitive.
Yeah.
But if you think that you didn't make through pre-selections, if you think that you should have made through but you actually don't deserve to, and then you stop the event and just like battle someone, come on.
Yeah. Interesting. What do you think?
I feel like I need to think about it.
Okay. Should we come back to you? No. Yes.
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 Because
come back to you.
I just
Yes,
think,
come back to me.
think about it. If you had a call out every single event, no, just
Yeah,
no,
okay,
don't do
Unless
it.
call outs were built into the event, which I don't know if they still do, but they did at one point at Battle Bad, where they had a limited I think I might get this wrong, but they had a limited amount of what they called like the black cards. And if you got that black card at any point in the event, you could give it to the host and stop everything and do a call out.
Oh, wow.
But that's very,
And they
again,
gave out
that's
like
sick.
3 or whatever it might
but
be.
that's very like for the purpose of entertainment. So then
Sure.
of course.
But I think it's like it's only annoying when it's like if they had something built into the structure of dance events to enable call outs, it would be less annoying when they happened. For example, say every battle had a separate room, which was the call out room. And it was like a DJ's there or whatever, and it's like they're spinning and people are ciphering, but it's like you only go there if you want to like do call outs with people, and you're like, right, let's go in the other room, let's fucking call out, and then we'll come back. And it's like if they had that, it would be like, oh, this is kind of cool, and you could be pissed off at whoever you wanted. You'd be like, right, meet me in the fucking call out room, you know, and then go do 20 rounds and then come back and whatever you want, you know.
Yeah. But then I guess it's a question like whether because like, yeah, the culture is that if someone calls you out, you just like, you go for it.
Yeah.
But really, if you didn't want to waste that energy doing that, let's say, because yeah, fine. If there's a room and you just, it has a purpose.
Yeah.
But what if you actually want to win the event and you don't want to waste your like 30 minutes? I mean,
it's like a fight, isn't it? It's like
dance fight, by the way, which is ridiculous.
It's not like a fight because
okay,
fights are real. First of all, call outs they solve nothing. Let's just say that.
Yeah, how do you judge a call out anyway?
You don't.
But you don't. That's the point.
So
it's
it
just
settles
like
nothing.
ego battle. Yeah.
It literally settles nothing. All it does is get frustration out.
Yeah.
Even in a fight, it's like one person wins a fight and one person loses a fight. And then you can say, I'm stronger than you. I'm better at fighting than you. In a battle, it's like, all right, well, we're not judging this. So you can say you won and I can say I won, but we both are losers because we're just outside fucking dancing to no music, right? But if it's for the express purpose of getting frustration out, then fine. It's like, why would you play one-on-one basketball without keeping score? It's like, it's just for the love of the game. It's just for fun. And it might get heated, but if we're not keeping score, it's just for fun. That's basically a call out. Like, let's shoot around and not keep score kind of thing. It's like, if you play basketball and you keep score, the objective is to win. Fine. There's a way to win or lose. But with this, it's like, it doesn't solve anything because you saying, oh, you shouldn't be judging, or you should have put me through. I should have been through. All right, let's battle.
Still doesn't put you through.
Exactly. It still doesn't put me through. And we're both probably going to leave thinking the same. Like, how many people really get called out, battle, and then go, well, now that I've been called out, I do think he should have gone through. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, no one changes their mind like that. You just feel like you proved a point because you... And maybe it's like, the only time I think a call out is really effective is if you fucking smoke someone so that the whole crowd is like, oh shit. And that happens like once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's a very average level, like both dancers are similar level call out. And sometimes, which is the most fucking dumb blindsided thing ever, is that you call someone out and we see why you shouldn't have got through prelims.
Oh my God, yeah, that's because that's what I wanted to say. It's like, it's I think that's why call outs are amazing. If it's the right set of people, I will watch it over the final probably because it's much more heated. It's like it's not driven by winning money or winning the prize or whatever. Yeah. It's really driven by proving a point, and that's probably amazing to see. Yeah. But if you, if you're mediocre and you called out a judge that is actually qualified, it's like, right, so
you called them out and then lost. It was just fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen multiple times. But it's like, and it's like battle tactics. It's like any of this stuff, right? If you use it very specifically in the right way, if you think a judge, let's say, for example, this judge is like a famous judge or whatever, and you think they've maybe got one good round of popping in them, right? And you're like, after one round, you've got some tricks, but you're not a popper. Then it's like, all right, maybe I don't think you should be judging. I didn't get through, whatever. It's probably not best to call someone out after you didn't get the result you want, because now you look like a dickhead. If you're going to call out a judge because they shouldn't be judging, call them out before the battle. You shouldn't even be here. I don't care if you make me win. You shouldn't be here. Because what is it? Like, oh, the judge is shit because they didn't put you through, but if you won the battle, they'd be a good judge. Like, it doesn't make sense. So let's say, go back to my example. If my problem is that this person shouldn't be judging because they're not a real popper, they just have a few tricks. Right. Let's go 8 rounds in the cypher, because after 8 rounds, everybody here is going to see that you're not a popper. Yeah. They're going to see that I can go 8 rounds. Even if I'm not the best popper in the room, I can go 8 rounds of popping. You can't, right? And that's, all right, I'm using this because I know call-outs go on for longer. And as long as this break is going on, as long as this cypher is here, we're going to keep going back and forth. And the more we keep going, people are going to see that you don't have anything. Cool, because I've proved a point. My point was you don't have rounds, right?
Yeah, but the flaw in this is that same as not every good dancer is a good teacher, good judge. So not every judge has to be the perfect dancer.
Sure.
So like in this
100%.
I agree with your point, but it's just like in this, if that was your point to prove, then it's like,
no, you're right.
There would be too many to call out.
Yeah, true. No, but yeah, I think that's like a double level. But I think, if depending on what your point is, you can use a call out to prove that point. If it disrupts the event,
don't do it. I mean, do it, but if just be
realistically,
mindful.
the best way to call a judge out is in the ciphers during the break or in the after, or call anyone out. It's like, don't stop the event to do it unless you're at an event that you know they're going to facilitate you doing that call out.
Yeah. The
But
best way
most
is to
events
knock
don't.
on their door, come at midnight.
Yeah. Or just shut up and stop being a bitch about it.
Right. What's next? We've covered it.
Wait, so to answer the thing, are they healthy or toxic? I would
Depending
say
on the circumstance.
Yeah, I don't think they're inherently either. I think
Yeah.
it's
Depends
the
on
people.
circumstance.
People are healthy or toxic. You know what I mean?
Or like the actions, because you can be a healthy person but just have a bad day and make a toxic decision.
Yeah. But like, how can a call out be toxic as a thing? You can be a toxic person, but it's like, if you call someone out, it's like, all right, well, cool. You wanted to call me out. Either I'm going to say no, because you're not worth my time, or I'm going to do it, or I'm going to do it and you're going to beat me. Like, it's not, I don't think there's any part of it that's necessarily toxic.
I think if you dissected meaning like healthy or toxic, it's for the community. So like, what does it do for the community? Does it help grow? Like if it's healthy, that's probably it grows, and toxic, it stops.
Yeah.
The community.
Well, it also depends, like what you said, like it depends what it's linked to, because if you're calling a judge out to dance against you, to challenge their judging, like you said, you don't have to be a good dancer to be a good judge. So that's not healthy, because it's perpetuating that idea that you have to be able to throw down to be able to judge. But if it's like, I have an issue with another dancer and we've always had this tension and we don't like each other, we fucking, in the whole after party, we do like 20 rounds against each other and end up being the best of friends. That's actually very healthy, because it's like, if we misunderstood each other, we could have like had a fight or something, but because we went rounds and like battled, it's like, you know what, you're not so bad. Like that's actually a healthy way of settling stuff.
So then the answer is the result, the outcome. Like the answer, whether it's healthy. No, you just proved the point that it's the outcome. You're so funny. Yes, you just said the same. You're asking me to do it again. No, because I'm saying I agree with your point, is that you become friends at the end of the day, and then that makes it healthy. Even though your reasoning was, well, I want to prove that I'm better, but actually what the outcome was that you're both good and you're now friends. So now that's healthy. So the answer is depends on the outcome. Period. Next.
Okay, fine. Which side are you on?
I don't know.
Whoever wins. Concept videos versus class videos. Now that is not a full question.
Yeah, can we set some rules here, because I'm a bit
I don't
confused.
know.
Like what
Right. So what's a class video?
Like filming in class.
Well,
like
true,
filming
but
at the
it's
end
like-
of class routine, like filming the routine.
okay, versus
I can't find this
concept.
person's
What's a
Versus-
concept?
like creating like a whole, like with a setting.
Yeah, like this is
for
maybe
video.
what they're getting at, but that concept videos are not really concept videos anymore, because there's no concept. You're just filming choreo outside, which is also fine, but I don't know, it's not a concept video necessarily. But is that a question or not really? I don't know.
It kind of like we could
Which is one better? It says versus
hypothesis,
concept videos versus class videos.
It lacks substance, context. Yes, that's the
And
word.
substance.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Text us
question.
privately and we'll let you know.
Yeah,
Next one?
I'm gonna say concept videos.
Yeah,
Because there's
agree.
no-
Yeah.
Class
It's more
videos
interesting.
Because
now.
class
Well, 'cause
videos
you
are
guys-
very like functional. It's just like you put a routine and then it's a class. It's a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, you
if
film
it's
a
an
video at the end.
advert for your class, then it's.
Basically, concept videos only do concept videos. Do not do your class video.
I think only do class videos just because they said the opposite. And then this last one, I don't think that's a question.
No.
Where do I start?
Oh, they're funny, aren't they?
I don't know what you want from me. What else is there in life that happened?
Right. So there's so there are a few things happening. I cannot believe that I know more.
You're doing my job for me. This is great.
So next we've got Metamovers.
Can you do this every week? And
I'll try.
I just say it's my podcast, but really you do all the work.
Did I not say that I should sit in the middle?
So you should. Should we switch? Come,
No. That is mental. I don't think I want to do that. So I don't want...
This is what it's like to be like fucking Aben, Tally and Jen and stuff.
So we've got Metamovers next week, right? Are we excited?
Am I excited? Ask Sofia. I'm taking a break.
Oh my god! Okay.
We're
very excited. It's very like innovative concept.
Yeah,
Innovative is a word, right? Yeah.
it is a word. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Really excited to see how it turns out. Really good lineup too. So
I know Paradox is
see.
coming, which is not so.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Do not. Dylan, I'm working for you. Where's my money? I don't know what to say because I know that you've had a lot of podcasts with Dylan, so I feel like you've covered the topic.
We could have 27
NFT
podcasts with Dylan and I still wouldn't understand NFTs.
No, honestly, because I've listened to when you did just the interview with him. That is when I started understanding
the one-on-one
with Dylan. Yeah, that is when I started trying to understand what it is, and because I'm so pragmatic, it still does not. Cannot fathom. But I think I'm very intrigued to see the results of what it is. I think the night already, the actual NFT part of it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's just going to be videos, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm super intrigued to see like who's gonna make the most money. Will anyone buy?
I didn't think about that. Who's gonna make the most money?
Well, yeah, because
It could be, it could be like random.
It could be. But that's what's so interesting. That's what I want to see the most. Because overall, of course, the lineup is amazing, but it is like a performance. It's like any other.
Yeah, the
night
thing that
we
makes it
have.
different is that NFT aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Which is going to be interesting. Maybe like in 10 years, we can sit down again, and it will be such a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will judge
We
people
will be
on
NFTs.
NFT.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god.
We'll sit down in the metaverse.
I
Oh my
bet.
god.
So that's NFTs.
Yeah, I think it should be
NFTs.
cool. I'm interested
LOL.
to see the
Metamovers.
show. I think it's been a while since there's Dancer's Delight, which is tomorrow. This will may or may not be out by then, depending on if my internet gets fucking sorted.
He sings all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a very good singer. I'm actually classically trained as an operatic singer, in case you didn't know. I studied for 17 years at an opera school.
You're 12.
Right.
That's impossible.
I'm 12. When I was 12, that would make me 20, 30,
29.
29.
Did you really? Oh gosh. Okay.
It's just a joke, guys. I'm really good at maths.
Right.
What was my point?
Okay.
No.
Oh, Dancer's Delight is tomorrow.
It is.
Besides that, there hasn't been a lot of like showcase events in London, and like there used to be quite a lot. There was like a period where there was loads of different ones, which was nice actually. I quite like them when there's variety and there's a few different ones. I mean, Dancer's Delight is like, last time I was there I got fucking wasted, but it's like a very specific type of thing, and if you don't like that type of thing or you want something different, there's not really a lot of other options. So I'm quite looking forward to Dylan's showcase. Also, when I first started dance, like I kind of grew up with this type of showcase. Like it was all we did. It was like you go to these things, you do these little showcases. It wasn't competition. We did like GWI and these type of competitions, but mostly, even HHI, it was like rare. Like, but the most thing that we did was like just these showcases in different theaters around London. It'd be like a community showcase or this or that, and so it was like you just go and you have a fun day. You show off a new piece. That's it. You post it on fucking YouTube or Facebook, and then go home. But it's like a kind of like, it's nice to just see people what they decided to put on. And yeah, I think also with the type of Dancer's Delight thing, it's very like almost like a rowdy audience, because everyone's drinking, everyone's standing up, everyone's talking. Like it's the hype pieces that get the attention. But these, like, you're sitting down in a thing and you're gonna watch it, and it's like, yeah, it's just nice to like have everyone's attention and be like, all right, give me 5 minutes of your time, I want to show you some choreo. You know what I mean? Like without having to be in a battle or a competition or something. So I'm looking forward to watching it from that aspect. We are working there a little bit.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna make a little something for Dylan.
Are you gonna have an interview with Paradox?
I haven't thought about that until you just said it.
Do ask now, because like you've got to.
That's a good point.
If you're business savvy, get Paradox on.
That's a very good point.
He would say
This is actually your podcast now. This is
Official.
I rule.
this is the Camile's Capsule.
Yeah.
Um,
No, honestly, do it because like
That's a
I
good
know
point.
that personally I would watch it. I would be so intrigued to listen to him. I think you know what I want you to cover. Hi.
Dylan, can we get Paradox on the podcast? Thanks. See you later.
I remember when Paradox became famous. In my eyes, maybe he was famous before, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But it was very interestingly when they're gonna roast me for this, but it's a good way to express it. When him and Shadow invented this Illuminati dance thing, they used to have boards in like workshops. I never taken that workshop, but I just remember it becoming such a thing, and they were traveling in Asia, in Europe.
Illuminati.
I'm just joking. It's like it's a reference that I make. Like they were, I think if you get a chance to talk about it,
Yeah.
I think I think we would all want to know what his reasoning is behind dance. I say that because I know that part of him where they used to do workshops together.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a workshop like I come in and like we bop and we do this and the choreo at the end or routine at the end. It was very much more mental and like a lot of mental work, I think.
Okay.
Which I would like you to pick up with him.
Interesting. Paradox.
I'll tell you more
Get over
if
here.
you need more. And then another one is Clara's project. I do not remember the name.
Queen's Speech.
Thank you so much. My co-hosts. Thank you so much. But that's happening. So they've got a show,
Yes, they do.
Yes.
which is not next week. It's the week after.
Let me check the
I
calendars.
think it is next
Events
week.
Capsule.
Or maybe it is next
Events
week.
Capsule,
Because
events calendar.
Metamovers is 19th and then the Queen's Speech is 20th.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And the Reading one
book
is the
time
week
off.
after, by the way.
And Reading is the week after.
Yeah, so Dance's
What is
Delight tomorrow. Then we've got... How do you even use this fucking calendar? Oops.
So we've
This
got a
works
few
for
things
nothing.
happening.
Yeah, Metamovers Queen's Speech is on the Thursday?
Thursday is the workshops and the showcase.
Mm.
And Friday is the Battle 7 to Smoke, open to only,
Women.
like, it's identifying as women.
Oh, women. Okay. That's awesome.
And
So
then
that's
when's
a
the
very
showcase?
very busy week.
Wait, you said there's a showcase?
Yeah, on the 20th.
Oh. Wait, you said that's the workshops?
Yeah,
She
they
said
have
both.
workshops and showcase.
Yeah.
Oh.
They do
Thanks.
first workshops. I think there's...
True. Vogue with someone, hip hop and dancehall.
Oh,
there
cool.
we
So
go. That is so sick.
that's really nice.
And then a showcase. Oh, I might come.
Okay.
Thursday the
That's
20th.
great.
So
Yeah.
because it's like an international collab, so I think the whole point was to have UK with Philippines
Yes.
because of
Yeah.
obviously Clara's background. If you could collaborate with anyone in the world, like
You're
country-wise,
so on form today. It's unbelievable. You're
Who would
killing the game.
who would it be? With
Collaborate with anyone in what context?
same, like you would have to. So what they're doing, from what I know, because obviously Jessie, my friend, hi, she's part of it, so
Hi,
I know
Jessie.
a bit more. So what happened? That's the project. Then so girls from UK. It's women only, but girls from UK went to Philippines.
Yeah.
They spent 2.5 weeks there, and then Philippines came to UK, and they do the same thing, and it's a collaborative showcase,
Yes.
45 minutes long. So if you had to create a 45-minute long showcase, regardless of the style, doesn't matter, showcase, who?
Joker from Yudat. Would be immediately my first, but he's like top of my list of people I want to collaborate with.
Because Will just posted a video. I think that's him.
In the
Do you know Will from
the
Mad
producer?
Will?
Yeah,
So I think he just posted a video, and was that him? Was that Joker?
could
With
be.
the quite tall, fairly tall with the long beard.
No, he hasn't got. Well, yeah, he's
Oh,
got a
no.
beard, not long beard. This guy.
That is the. Wait, show. That's him.
Would you
And
class that as a long beard? Is
No, in the
It's a
video
beard.
that Will posted, it was. Because
Is
I
it
was like,
in
Will,
the
this
gallery?
is amazing. This is so beautiful.
this one?
Yeah, this is so beautiful.
Yeah,
This is
he
so
is
mesmerizing.
So sick.
Okay, so please elaborate. Why would it be him?
Well, I kind of know him a bit, like to talk to. We're not super close, but I've chatted with him a bit, and it's like there's something that I love about his dance and his style. And I think we kind of briefly discussed like our influences in like the hip hop, because he's a freestyle dancer. He's from Yudat Battle Crew, and he did hip hop freestyle for a long time. But like I think we have very similar influences. Like we kind of said the people that we used to look up to when we started, it's like very similar set of people that we looked up to. And he's also worked with a lot of choreographers that I like or look up to. Yeah, I think he's fucking sick. Like his choreography, like his battle stuff is amazing. His creativity is amazing, but his choreo and the way that he creates material, I love, because it's a lot of the stuff that I love in the battle world or just in freestyle in general, right? A lot of this like linky, thready, I don't know, that type of stuff. But I, for a long time, and there's a few people that contributed to this, but I, for a long time, felt as if I was going to be like in the theater world or this or that, I had to like get rid of that stuff and dance how everyone else danced, you know, and do this type of shit and dance this type of way. And there's a few people that, like Tally did it more through like her workshops I used to take with her, but like kind of made me feel like, no, keep all that stuff that you're good at, just like show it in a different way and like showcase it package it for this thing. Yeah. And Joker was, I think, one of the first people that it just so happens that he has similar preferences in the way he moves to me, but also just in general, he was one of the first people like I saw in the hip hop theater world that was like, he maintains that essence of his battle creativity
in the the creative work,
exactly, in the like theater and the that side of the world. And it kind of made me feel like, oh fuck, I can as well then. If he can do that and everyone can respect him as not a contemporary dancer, but in that theatrical realm, then I can as well. I can do that as well. Hi Jenny.
Hello.
Don't sneak off with your big mouth.
With your big mouth. Aren't you recording?
Yeah.
We are. We're doing a great job so far.
I don't give a shit. Camilla is smoking me. She's doing a way better job than I do at hosting. Are you joining? Are you joining? Excuse me.
Because you know what I wanted to ask?
Yes. Are you joining us? No. Okay, see you later.
Because I wanted to ask, did you choose him because of... So you chose him because of how much you like him, like his work, I mean, obviously, or did you choose him because you think that your collaborative work would...
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Because because of how... and there's people who I would love to collaborate with because they're so different from me that it would be like...
Let's say an example. Because obviously you said that you've got preferences in the same.
Yeah.
So who would it...
Like, who would be the opposite of me that I'd like to... loads of people. No, but I think we'd make great work together, but I don't think we'd be completely different stylistically. It would just be like a different part of...
I was like, he's wrong. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
Could be. I don't like, there's in that realm, there's way more people, because it's like anyone that's amazing at what they do, it's like, oh, that would be like, I could collaborate with a ballet dancer, I could collaborate with a b-boy, like any of that would be good. I think the reason I go straight to Joker is just because he's someone that I'm like, I feel like he's like in me as a choreographer, he's like in the Pokemon Evolve, like he's like the evolved version of my choreo. Like it's like if my Pokemon, which is my choreography, evolved, it's going to turn into Joker. Like
that's him.
He's just like better in all the ways that I want to be better. He does stuff and I'm like, you fucking like
genius.
Like, oh yeah, genius. That's what I was going to say. Like, I wish that I had thought of that. Like, that's something that I would think about if I was better at this than I was. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like so like, I see him like that. So I'm like, I would love to work with him. And I don't disregard my own choreography. Like, I think there would be stuff that I would come up with that would be part of it and it would be good as well. But it's just like, I would love to like, work with someone who is like, we really think the same way, and like to be like, or it's seemingly so by the choreography and the few conversations we've had, it seems that we think on the same wavelength. But it'd just be sick to do that, and to have, it's kind of a really weird niche thing where it's like to have someone push me in my comfort zone. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because sometimes we lack. Yeah, you want to get out because you think but sometimes dwelling into. And
I'm used to being pushed. I'm kind of used to being pushed out of my comfort zone. So if I went to like a whacking workshop, it would be like, this is out of my comfort zone, but it's just dance in a different, you know what I mean? Like a hustle workshop or stuff that I don't usually do. It's like, all right, it's still just dance, but it's like being in my comfort zone and doing all this type of movements that I do, but he does it faster or on the floor or this or travels or whatever, all the stuff that maybe I don't do. And he could help me with, it would be like, yeah, I just think it would be such a fulfilling collaboration for me.
That is so amazing. Shout out. The
Shout out Joker. I don't think he listens to this, but we're definitely going to do a podcast with him at some point.
Oh my God, let's.
What I really want to do, put it out into the universe, is I want to get money. That's it. End of the sentence. No, but I want to go to different countries and like just set up shop somewhere for like 2 weeks and be like, right, I'm podding in Paris, get a room and just be like, right, I'm here every day for the next 2 weeks and just book as many people as I can in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just put them all out, then go to like Germany,
Yeah.
book as many and then put them all out and like do little different country stuff like that. One day.
One day might happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Go
Your
on.
collaborative preferences, people, countries.
Oh my God, I don't know.
You do know.
I'm really trying to think. I feel like this is very complicated.
It can just be the first person. Like, you don't have to have a reasoning. If that's the first person
Who
that
did she
comes
say?
into you. She hasn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, can it be a group of people?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Or a
Yeah.
country.
No, that's not the rules.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Slow
No, you can, you
down.
can, you
I'm
can,
the
you can.
host.
I'm the host. Fuck off.
Oh my God. I feel like just from Japan, like there's a group that, I mean, goes to HHI, but like they're called Kanabun and they're freaking amazing. Like at funk styles and like, it's just like the way they choreograph is like, I'm amazed and I would love to like, I don't know, just work with them.
Is it you individually with them or is it your group and them?
Both.
Both. Oh,
yeah.
good.
I feel like
Two-
for
two
myself, I would
projects.
love to, because I've like the way they do like funk styles is really like more locking, I would say, like specifically locking, like I just love it so much and it's really impressive. Yeah, like just for myself and I like for the group, like it's just the way they dance is like so, I don't know, like there's just something about them, like you watch them and you're like, oh my God, like they're just freaking sick.
That
You know
is
what
so
I mean?
nice. Yeah. I kind of want to see them now.
Yeah,
If they're good at
really,
locking.
really good.
Because when someone's good at locking, it's like you can't beat it. Because locking is such a specific style
Yeah.
that it's like when someone's good,
Yeah.
you're just, oh goodness, I get so jealous. I'm like, I want to do locking.
There was some good lockers in Oslo. Not loads, but
Is
Mm.
it?
a couple.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you want to
Yeah,
collaborate
what
with?
about you?
Honestly, I probably have someone if I really think about it, but I'm not someone that enjoys that part of dance.
Do you do like showcases and choreography and stuff? Like, I obviously do it with AIM, but like, do you enjoy making up?
No.
Not really.
Not
How come?
at all. I tend to think without thinking too much. Because my teacher used to say the same thing. Like, when you don't know how to do something, you normally dislike it.
That's true.
So I'd say because I don't know how to do it, I dislike it. Because it doesn't come to me naturally. Like, even coming up with the routine, I tend not to do it in my classes or anywhere else that I teach or have to do it. Because it's just, I force it. I need to come up with it. I question every single thing. And I don't find any joy in questioning. Because I think it's very much a natural thing to do when you create something. I'm a doer. So like when it comes to me, like if you want me for a performance, most likely I can perform. And I haven't really explored myself in any other different venues than just hip hop or popping. Or like I tried a bit of other styles, but I probably could, performance wise, I could probably perform pretty well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But just never. I just never had a thing for that creative aspect.
Interesting.
And working with people can be so difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to
Sorry.
find like the right people to do it with.
Totally. And it can be so exhausting. I remember when we did the AIM week at ELD.
Yeah.
That was a week long, and obviously it was really intensive because it was literally 7 days of something happening.
Yeah.
So before I practice this thing where I go to sleep at the same time and I wake up at the same time every single day.
Right.
And it fixed me. It was so
Yeah,
good.
it's supposed to be good for you.
It was great for my body and for my mind. I was so at peace and so mellow. It was just, everything was just so good. That week threw me off because it's so intense. You work with people. That's my personal tendencies, but I'm super impatient. I like everything quick. I like the decision to be made now. And when it comes to creative projects, it's not that.
I so want to work with you on something now.
Oh,
I want to try it.
let's
do it.
but
I'm in.
We can do it. And I remember you asking me, and I was like, and I would
Did I?
absolutely.
Why would I do that?
Audacity.
I had to get you back. You've been killing me all episode.
That's true. I take it. It was good. No, you've asked me before, and I would be super down. For me, it's more the time. Like, I'm like, I'm
when am I
going to
spend an entire day on it?
Yeah.
But for me, I enjoy it. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, because I would do it, but I already know that if I went into it, you would probably be the lead.
But I don't think that's such a negative thing because I have more experience. Like I would be the lead in the sense of how we go about it, but it would be like I would be able to like make the process a bit more pleasant for you and get your ideas in. You know what I mean? Because it's like, right, this is the way you work. What you're impatient. You like, all right, cool. I have a way of working that we can do that. You know what I mean? Whereas some people don't like that and they like to just try different stuff. And it's cool. I also know ways that we could work and make that happen. So
yeah,
it's possible, I think, to work in different ways, which I think is partially, you know what you said about when you don't do something you don't like it's also partly
it's like, yeah, you do it,
but it's like when you don't do something you don't know that there's ways of like you're not the only person that's impatient,
of course,
you know what I mean, that wants to create work. So there are methods to like, all right, let's zoom through this bit, or let's, you know what I mean, let's circumnavigate the, is that the right word?
Circumnavigate.
I think so. Like go around, get round the issues basically.
Okay, I'm with you.
But yeah, I think there would be ways to make it fairly pleasant. But I think one thing I've noticed from doing different like R&Ds and stuff and working with people is, depending on who it is, I have a lot more of a level of patience for the work. Like I know people that it's like, we work for like 45 minutes creating choreo and then they're like, all right, I need a half an hour break or I need an hour break. Like I could literally do like, I could probably do like 8 hour day with like maybe like a 20-minute break for go grab a coffee and like stay focused on it. But if I'm into what we're doing, if I'm bored, then it's hard. But it's like, if it's like just me and you and thing coming up with something, it's like, I don't need that many breaks because I enjoy it. And also it's not physically demanding.
No, you say that, but that's what I found. So that's what threw me off. It was, because I'm like, am I a professional dancer? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's questionable because I dance, but it's not, it's not, I dance, but it's not how people actually dance when they get paid. Like that's their full-time job.
Well, you don't choose to monetize your dance. That's different.
I do choose now.
Not as your main,
pay me now.
Yeah, but not, sorry.
True. But
you get paid to dance, but it's not your main source of income.
And
I think that's also partly the difference is when I'm doing an 8 hour day, I'm thinking that I'm developing a skill that is necessary for my career.
Okay.
So the more I do it, and I enjoy it because I've spent a long time doing it, but also I want to push it more because I'm like, this is something that is my core of my life. Whereas like you might have the dance as a core of your life, but your main income and career is not that.
But then I don't think it changes the toll that takes on your body, because that was one thing that like, and obviously we're just two different people. Maybe 8 hour R&D is just different for you, because for me we didn't do as much, but I was just over it. I was like, this is difficult.
Yeah, but it also depends on who you're working with. I've done an hour of rehearsal with people that make me want to kill myself. Ooh. I've also done 8 hours where I've been like, let's come back tomorrow.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
you know,
also true.
It really depends on like, and it's not even to say that they're bad people. It's just like, depending on who you work with, some people are like, you clash personality wise, or even if they're your best friends, you know, sometimes it's like, it doesn't work creating together. It doesn't work,
yeah.
So, and even it not that it doesn't work in a way that you should give up. It just might be like, right, we have very opposing ways of working. This is going to take us doubly as long. So let's take a lot of breaks or whatever. And some people it's like, yo, everything we say is golden. So let's just keep going. And this is great. And it's easy and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I quite enjoy it, but I get also that.
Yeah.
But how is it for you with doing like the HHI stuff? Cause like, are you guys doing like long ass rehearsals?
Yeah, we had a lot of rehearsals.
Toilet.
Like we had,
Can I go?
Yeah, might as well.
I'll come back.
We had like 3 times a week, like, and Sundays it's like 8 hours of training, so it was a lot.
But what's 8 hours look like, or what are you doing?
Like, well, like there was a point where it was just like the creative process. Basically, like we had like the routine set, not set, but like we had like the structure of it that was kind of there from the qualifier. Sorry, qualification. Say that? No, qualifier.
Can say qualification.
And then from there we wanted to like build with it, like to make it the best that we can, basically. So it was just like every Sunday getting like, and each routine was just like we were like going like 8 by 8 and trying to figure out, okay, what can look good, and like we kept coming back and making changes, like, and Tash is just like make changes like he made changes like the day before we danced, literally. Like he's just like okay, we're gonna change that section, now you're gonna go on the floor, and like literally we did that. So it was just like the structure was there, but every time it was just like working like little by little, and it was long rehearsals. And I feel like because we were all in that mindset of like, oh my god, we're gonna go for it, like it was fine. There was no breaks or anything. Like it was just like, okay, we need to go for it.
Fair. And I think when you're with a group that you're doing something like Arizona, like high stakes, you're always excited to like push more, because you're like, let's do it.
It was sick.
Hello, welcome back.
Hi. Welcome back to the
I care about the podcast, but my uterus was like, I'm over it.
Is your uterus the part where you pee from?
I actually don't know. Bladder.
Well, why was your uterus involved in this decision?
Because I told you about my English this week. I cannot. Okay. I was just like, that's the first word that came to my mind. Sorry. Yes.
How are you, Jen?
Oh.
Did you eat the lasagna when there's pasta that I made fresh? So I made a fresh dinner and then you ate your leftovers. Cool.
It clearly says that she does not like her own.
I know, right?
Disgrace.
Anyway, so do we have anything else on the agenda, host?
For the next week. So the Reading battle. So we've covered.
It's the week after.
Okay, and it's a battle.
Yeah, pop in hip hop and crump.
What is that? I
you put it on the calendar.
Wait, what is it? I'm so confused.
Do you know
who
anything?
judges?
I don't know.
Wow.
Reading.
I'm not a fucking.
I've got another topic, but I feel like it has to be another podcast.
Come back next week.
Where am I next week?
There's a battle next Sunday too, by the way.
Where?
To the Empire.
Oh yeah, the Empire House.
It's a house battle.
Yeah, 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I want to see. Like 2 versus 2, 3 versus 2. They're so fun.
3 versus 2, yeah. That's very, very unfair. We can do that if you want, but it's very unfair. Unless it's all 3 of AIM versus me and someone else, then we would win.
We
then
settled this debate already. We would smoke your ass.
Who would smoke? It depends who I'm with.
Regardless.
So there's no one in the world that I could partner up with that I couldn't beat the 3 of you.
Literally, yeah.
But I could beat all 3 of you by myself.
That's the call out. I
haven't battled any 3 of you. So technically nobody knows until it happens. You have no
Lucia, no? Have you not?
I don't think so. Have I?
I don't.
No. Jen's like, I don't give a shit.
Maybe not.
I don't think I've battled it. So there's no evidence in this universe to say that any of you 3 could beat me. There's also no evidence to say that I could beat you, but that means we're even. That means we're as good as each other. Let's go.
Now. I mean, easy.
No.
That's another podcast episode.
Call outs are toxic. Didn't we say call outs are toxic?
That was very toxic because our reasoning was very toxic, but yeah, regardless. 3
ego. It's all about ego. You said that. You can't just let it go. You can't just let it go that I might be as good as you.
No,
you have to call me out to prove.
Problem.
No, you see how she reacted. You see now she's taking it back. You had to call me out to prove that there was no. You thought it was offensive that I said I was as good as you at popping.
No.
And now just in that moment you thought, yeah, it is offensive, and then you went to speak.
No, I don't think so. I think it was all a joke. I really don't care.
She cares. She does care.
I don't care.
She does care a little bit.
Like I'm not as good at popping as popping is. Like
What?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like that. No one cares. No one would want to see us battle.
Ouch. Yeah, that's probably true. It's good to be self-aware. I want to see us battle. Come on, let's do it.
Right. If you had to set, who would you want to see?
A battle.
Yeah. UK. Let's make it sensitive.
No one.
Oh no. UK. Let's make it sensitive.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We see everyone whenever they do these all-star stuff. It's like there's no battles that I would want to see just because we always. You know what? There was battles that I would want to see if it was like more rounds.
Yeah, let's say
one round,
say,
like if it's like 8 rounds,
yeah,
then
fine.
maybe I would maybe want to see people, not even about the matchup, but who I would want to see like do 8 rounds. You know what I mean?
Okay, so who?
I would maybe want to see.
You can't see yourself, so.
No one wants to see me do 8 rounds and fucking have an asthma attack and die. I'm lucky if I get to a final that's like 5 rounds or something, and that's a lot for me.
It is a lot,
Who would I want to see 8 rounds? Maybe someone like in popping, like someone like Silk. Against maybe someone. I mean, there's also people who don't dance as much anymore.
That's fine. You can choose whatever.
See.
Yes, you can choose whomever. It doesn't even have to be popping. It can just be like the
I don't know.
exchange that you want to see,
I don't know.
but in a battle format. Silk is a great example.
But I'm more basing it on how many. Yeah, I just want to see people dance more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, who would you?
I've said before that I think Omni and Robia would be interesting.
Maybe.
I think because they can be very lengthy in their rounds.
Yeah.
And I think the more rounds they do, the different things they do. I mean,
Yeah,
Omni
true.
is like, yeah, Omni is creativity wise, because there's obviously very different styles that they do, but I think creativity wise, it could be quite interesting to see. I think I would pair Jordan with someone. I'm not sure with whom, but Jordan, because he's just good at everything. Probably so annoying. But Jordan, who would I want to see Jordan against? Are we just saying UK? We are.
You said it. It's your rules.
Now, because now I'm second guessing.
Second guessing.
Second guessing. Because that's the difficult part. You can't just pair up 2 good dancers. Like they have to get. You have to get
and
something
this is,
out
I think,
of it.
also my issue because a lot of people when they battle now don't really respond to each other's round. Like if it was
True,
like
yeah.
Omni and Roby and they were trying to like do what the other person did and it was a really interactive, I'd love that. But I think a lot of times we do these matchups and it's like someone does the same. It's just people have got used to just doing battle rounds independent of whoever's especially top stylers, independent of whoever's like standing opposite them.
True.
And they're not really responding. Like there was a battle ages ago when Alex the Cage and Feist battled that everyone saw, and they had a really like backup, like they were doing something like where they did hands in the pockets and like Feist did it and then Alex did it back, and it's like
That's
they
so
kind of
sick.
set each other concepts each round. It was like 8 rounds, so it was like each one was like, okay, this one's going to be only footwork or this one's going to be only floor work, and they really like watched and responded to each other, and I thought that was sick because it's like it's really like you can
What you
only
want
get
to
that
see.
from those 2 battling.
Yeah.
But a lot of battles these days I feel like it's like that round that you did could be against anyone.
Yeah, that's true. But
It's
if
just- yeah.
in ideal circumstance, who
Yeah,
would you
true.
pair up Jordan with? Or you, Sofia. But in like ideal circumstance, so you really pick someone that is like will be a good match.
pair up like just anyway or like against someone specific.
Jordan. Because I'm
against-
thinking, because I know that Jordan
Maybe
will
someone
have
like
8
Brooke.
rounds. I thought the same thing, but then I kind of took it back because I don't know whether they can carry the same energy.
Well, that's
But
what
Brooke can be very responsive.
Yeah, but that's what I think I'd like because Jordan's really versatile and so is Brooke. So it's like
Correct.
if you
They just both start tap dancing.
but this is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like if you put on the thing where Jordan can beat people is like there's not really a genre that you can put on of music that he's not gonna have stuff to.
Yeah.
But same with Brooke, and like Brooke can make his like cool stuff work on any style of music, and so can Jordan.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean. So it's like
That's a good pair up. Yeah.
I think that would work really well. And it's like Jordan's a great performer, but Brooke has very rarely been phased in a battle.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean?
he
So it's
does
like
not blink.
Jordan can get the crowd on his side and everyone's like gassing him and he's like killed all the beats and stuff. And Brooke's like, all right, let's go. Like it just wouldn't, it would be a really even match.
It
And
would
again,
be.
like Brooke would like do some crazy battle stuff and have like mad technique. And Jordan's like, yeah, but I know the song. So it's like, there's just stuff that would like balance out. And I think that if they were like going back and forth for 8 rounds, that would be a nice one.
I think so. I would, now that you sold it to me, I would definitely want to see it.
I should be
would,
a battle promoter. I should be like
You could.
the boxing.
That could be a capsule episode. Just exhibition battles.
That should,
By the
yeah.
way, I had, because I keep pitching it to Sean. I'm like, we need to do an exhibition battle where people just dance and people watch. Like we need to do
That's
it.
what an exhibition battle is.
I know, but
What do you mean?
no, that's
just like you match people up.
Just like we match people up and we just come to watch them because like that
sounds fun.
Yeah. So like Brooke Jordan is a good match. Yeah. I think even Roby and Brooke would be very nice. I think the family ties, they're kind of, it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
You know who else I would want to see for 8 rounds? Rajib. Holistic.
Yeah.
But I don't know who to pair him with.
Maybe
I think if we go outside of UK, it could be Alex, the wavy girl from Greece.
Maybe.
Well, because they've got similarities.
That's the thing. Do you want similarities or do you want differences in a battle like that?
But it depends, because like if they're similar, it means that they really dwell into that one thing and they can pull out more.
I think Lee would be a good matchup
with
for 8 rounds.
Yeah, I would want to watch Lee for 8 rounds with Rajib. Okay, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Right, who else?
Lucia and anyone who makes her angry.
G-Man.
Yeah. Anyone. What did he do? Pulled her hair or something?
They both did stuff where I was just like,
yeah.
Come on.
She's hilarious when she... No, not hilarious. Well, she is hilarious. But like when she gets angry, that's like so fun to watch.
Yeah. But she's competitive. That's what it is.
I love that. I love when people can get angry and dance well. If you get angry and have a fucking temper tantrum and then you can't dance, it's like, all right, well, you just look stupid now. But if you dance and step up a level, it's like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
It's the same with like sportsmen and stuff. Like when you see a basketball player get pissed and then they start, like when Kobe Bryant used to get pissed and then it's like you see him start fucking going off. You're like, oh, this is so sick to watch. Like, especially when you know there's issue. So basically, Lucia is Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
No, I don't mean that. Because if she was Kobe Bryant, I wouldn't be able to fucking smoke her. No, I'm just joking.
That's jokes.
I just beat you solidly. I wouldn't smoke you.
Oh, goodness.
No, I'm just joking. I would just...
It's fine. No. She will freaking...
I know she's going to cuss me out. That's why I'm doing it. She's going
to use this clip and then cuss you out.
Well, well, while you're here, guys, follow the capsule. Watch every week.
No one. No. Oh, is that what you do?
If she shares it.
Oh, yes.
I'm saying she's going to use this.
Of course.
Anyway, guys, it doesn't matter. Should we wrap it up?
Yes.
How do we wrap up? Go on then, host.
You're
doing so well with the rest of it.
Thank you so much. And I watched them till the end, but I really don't know how you do it.
Because I don't. I just waffle until it seems to be done. And then Jen says, okay, can we go now? And then we stop. We need a sign off.
I think
What's our sign off?
Bye.
Yeah, she does K-bye.
It is a K-bye. But I really want to mash everyone up. I think for the next episode. Yeah. For
everyone
the next
in the whole
episode,
scene.
Yes, let's try.
Okay. It's a 7-hour episode.
No, when you ask people questions, ask them
who
they would,
okay.
And then you discuss.
You actually, I think this is your podcast now. She's actually been so good at hosting.
No, but because I enjoy, this is like, you know what it is like? When you watch a film and you idolize this one actor and then you get to be in their presence. It's like
So I'm the one that you idolize.
Wow. I don't idolize
and you'll get to be in my presence. Well, you did set herself up for that one.
No, that's what I mean. I'm truly that because I do watch pretty much every single one.
That's why we love you here. Yeah. Can you come more often?
I'll try, but you know me.
I know you.
I'm a busy bee. Anyways, less about me. No one cares.
More about you. What are you busy doing? Who are you busy doing it with?
Myself.
Oh.
Me, myself, and I.
Who is your best friend?
Greta. It's so easy.
Oh.
Why?
Who's your best friend in the UK?
I have one best friend.
In the world?
Yeah.
And it's me?
No. Oh, your name is obviously not Greta.
Could be. My middle name. All right. I don't know why I asked you who your best friend is. Sofia, who's your best friend?
Oh my God, who's my best friend? I don't know. I can't choose one friend.
You got multiple best friends.
Yeah, all my friends are my best friend.
After you get to a certain age, it's kind of weird to call one person your best friend.
Yeah.
What?
I think it rocks that you just have someone like you solidified the relationship to a degree where you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Even if we fuck up, we're just best friends. It takes time to become a best friend. You don't just go like, you're my best friend. It takes time. So it's really cool to just have one that is you solidified it with.
Okay, fine. You've sold it. All right, we need to sign off.
No, you do it. I can't do it. I really don't know how to do it.
Well, you thank everyone for listening. You tell them.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Tell them what they need to check out. Is there anything we should promote?
I did.
No,
I think.
but like of the capsules, we promoted everyone else's shit.
Okay,
for
follow the Capsule on the Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Donate.
There's gonna be a new way to donate coming soon.
Yes.
But I won't say anything about that until next week.
Save your change.
So actually, don't donate yet. Save up the money and donate after I announce what's coming. Anything else?
Nope. Thank you for being here.
Do you want to promote any AIM stuff?
Nope. No, AIM's fine. I don't think we don't have anything.
Do you want to say thank you to Brooke for making our crew?
Oh my God, yeah.
Good?
I told already. I was like, Brooke, you owe us.
What?
Own us.
Own us. Okay.
But he does.
So we call it Brooke Collective.
Yeah.
No, AIM
doesn't even matter what it's called. It's like Brooke owns us.
Sick.
He manages our Instagram at this point, and
Brooke is a social media manager.
There's a chat that's just AIM chat. That's just him.
It's just Brooke by himself.
It doesn't.
So if I post a video of Brooke, will the capsule go viral? That's the question.
Honestly, I think we just entered like some sort of the video entered that black hole.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Because I watched the episode, and you said, "Oh, I think you posted it." He did twice.
Yeah, right. So.
But because we wanted to promote him, obviously as a teacher, I chose the video. So I went through his profile and I was like, you know what? And he's amazing and everything. So it was hard, and it wasn't hard to choose because that video really stood out. And I think it's just time-wise, it's just so perfect for a reel. And I was like, we'll post this. And for a week, it was like 100 likes or 200 likes, and then it went nuts.
So technically, you own Brooke. Actually, if we think about it that way, he tried to go viral and couldn't do it.
Honestly, yeah, no, not really.
So what you're saying is that Brooke is nothing without AIM, and that no one really knew him, and it's only because you guys posted him that he has any relevance now.
Oh,
that's what you're saying. That's crazy that you said that on a podcast. I can't believe it.
Oh my God,
you're actually crazy.
Yeah, I think you're crazy.
You said Brooke has never got that many views when he did his own stuff. so without you guys, no one would know about him.
Everybody would know about him.
Can't believe that's how you want to end the podcast.
Famous.
Can't believe you want to say that at the end.
Good.
And then I was going to make a football joke because that would annoy him, but I don't know anything about football. Who does he even support? Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And you want to say Arsenal are shit? I can't believe you would say that after what just happened.
If I had to choose I would choose Arsenal as well. I've got I don't watch football. Clue. Yeah. Anyways, that's not a sign off. Thank you. See you next week.